What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty, and welcome to another amazing video. You can follow me on Patreon for exclusive stories. 9K, Chapter 241 You Know Nothing About Power. Advertisement. Hody Jones threw out a large number of water drops, shooting at Uchiha Zanyan and Shirahoshi like arrows. Uchiha Zanyan casually swung his fist forward. Exclamation mark quote. Crack, crack, the strong vibration force shattered all the water drops and rushed towards Hody Jones. Boom. Hody Jones felt as if his body was about to be shattered by this force. How could it be? My strength is already so strong that I don't believe I can't beat you. Hody Jones stepped hard and rushed directly towards Uchiha Zanyan. He clenched his fist and hit Uchiha Zanyan's head. Snap. Uchiha Zanyan raised his hand and easily blocked Hody Jones' fist. This is impossible. You know nothing about the real power. Uchiha Zanyan said, and the power of shock fruit was wrapped around the fist of his other hand, and the punch stopped at the abdomen of D. Jones. 14. Crack, crack, puff, boom, 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 boom. The powerful vibration force penetrated Hody Jones' body and shattered large areas of the ground. Hody Jones knelt in front of Uchiha Zanyan with blood flowing from all his orifices, his pupils flashing with disbelief. How could it be? I have obviously eaten so much, I already have unparalleled power in the world. Why? Jinbei walked over and said, even if you eat more, your power is limited. With your current strength, you are just equivalent to some pirates with a bounty of over 100 million berries, maybe 100 million berries, maybe 200 million berries, but definitely not more than 300 million berries. And the bounty offered by the world government to President Uchiha Zanyan is an unprecedented 10 billion berries. In the outside world, although the bounty does not completely represent strength, it is not much different. Advertisement. Compared with President Zanyan, your strength is not at the same level. Not to mention one of you, even if there are 1,000 or 10,000 of you, you are far from being the opponent of President Uchiha Zanyan. That's a bit exaggerated. Single quote. Uchiha Zanyan waved his hand and looked at Jinbei and teased. Jinbei, what's wrong with your level? You were actually beaten away. I was careless for a moment, and President Zanyan laughed at me. Jinbei was also a little embarrassed. After all, he was one of the 7 warlords of the sea, but he was beaten away by a little kid. Boss Hody was defeated. How could it be? Uchiha Zanyan looked around and said calmly, well, it's almost over. Buzz. Uchiha Zanyan exuded a terrifying conqueror's haki. Boom. In an instant, everyone on the island felt this terrifying conqueror's haki. Quote. Jinbei struggled to resist this terrifying momentum, and soon Uchiha Zan put away the conqueror's haki. On the entire the Fishmen Island, except for Uchiha Zanyan, all the people who could stand had their eyes rolled back and foamed at the mouth and fainted. Sorry, it seems that I overexerted myself. Zanyan scratched his head in embarrassment. Jinbei didn't know what to say. If he wasn't so knowledgeable, even he couldn't stand Uchiha Zanyan's conqueror's haki. He felt the terrifying conquerors on Uchiha Zanyan, even better than Whitebeard's father. This conqueror's haki, maybe only Song with red hair could match it. Bahohuhohuhohuhohu. What a godsend. All those guys in Fishman Street are killed. I finally got the chance to get close to Noah. Quote. Where can we find miners with such great strength? If they are all killed, I will suffer the greatest loss. In this way, the difference in the number of people on both sides can be completely eliminated, leaving only the elite who can resist conqueror's haki to fight each other. It's obviously heading for the square. Hey. Advertisement. Neptune looked at the huge Noah in disbelief. How could it be? Wasn't Noah just in Fishman Street? After a while, the army of Ryugu Castle, which was far away from here, rushed over and captured all the fishmen of the new Fishmen pirate group. Shirahoshi, don't go out, this is my territory. If I let him destroy it here, I will really become a joke in the world. Quote. Vanderdecken, the guy who threw the axe at you. Shisui complained. Quote. Shirahoshi, since you don't agree to my proposal, then disappear together with the Fishman Island to commemorate my dead love. At this time, a strange laugh came from the sky. Bahohuhohuhohu. When Shirahoshi heard this, he immediately wanted to rush out of the bubble and change the direction of Noah's advance. Brother Zanyan, why are you so quick to open up? I haven't had enough fun yet. Quote. Why did Noah run to the fishmen? It's coming from the sky above the island. It's breaking through the bubble layer of the island. If the bubble layer breaks 850, the residential area will have been blown away by the water pressure before Noah hits here. Is that Noah from Fishman Street? This voice is Mr. Vanderdecken. Shirahoshi's face turned pale when he heard this voice. Play, you only know how to play. This is our own property. If we damage it, we will lose our own property. But he was stopped by Uchiha Zanyan. The 70,000 Fishman pirates in Fishman Street didn't even have the qualifications to fight in front of Uchiha Zanyan. The haki of President Uchiha Zanyan, who has a bounty of less than 100 million and rich combat experience, can't stand it at all. Then just solve it all at once. Everyone also returned to the Fishmen Island, just when they were about to return to Dragon City. 01350701 Philo 182,492,300. What happened? Why is the island dark? This is why Conqueror's Haki is the king's posture. Having conquerors is almost the ability to directly annihilate the opponent's army. Suddenly, the sky above the Fishman Island darkened. The things I slap will either be knocked down by something or hit the target, and they will never stop in the middle. Quote. Looking up, I saw a super huge ship appearing in the sky, blocking the light of Yangshu Eve. Advertisement. Chapter 242 Poseidon. Advertisement. But. Before Shirahoshi could finish his words, Uchiha Zanyan had already flown into the sky. Open hollow corner bracket Uranus close hollow corner bracket Uranus, open hollow corner bracket Pluton close hollow corner bracket Poseidon, open hollow corner bracket Poseidon close hollow corner bracket Poseidon, are said to be the three ancient weapons that have existed since ancient times and can destroy the world. Boom. That's you, Shirahoshi, you still remember the sea kings that appeared when you were a child, they were actually summoned by you. Is it me? Shirahoshi was very surprised. The queen's face also changed. Her Nine-Snake Island is located in the calm belt, where the giant sea king's lair is. She knows how terrible the sea kings are. If this mermaid girl can summon the sea kings, then this power is too strong, and it may really overturn the whole world. The mermaid who can talk to the sea kings will one day appear beside Shirahoshi. A person who can correctly guide this power will appear, and then the world will usher in a huge change. The legend describes it this way. I think that Master Zan, Zhao Nuo Zhao, Yan is the one who can correctly guide this power. Quote. Uchiha Zan Yan couldn't help but smile bitterly when he heard this and said, although I am very happy to have your trust, I am really not that person. Quote. He knew who that person was, that was Monkey D. Luffy, the protagonist of the One Piece anime. The Empress smiled and said, don't worry, this is nothing to your brother Zan Yan. Swoosh. The banquet was reopened. Shirahoshi looked puzzled, but Jinbei's expression changed. As a Shichibukai who has lived on the sea for decades, he knows more about ancient weapons than others. Whether it was the Empress, Shisui and Itachi, as long as they were from Uchiha Security Company, Uchiha Zan Yan left the mark of Flying Thunder God technique on these people. Shirahoshi, you have been locked up in the hard-shell tower for too long. You are so small, but you have to bear so much. You yearn for sunshine, flowers, forests, and furry animals, which are not available in the sea. Advertisement. The three brothers of Shark Star did not change their expressions because they had learned about it from their mother a long time ago and kept it a secret. In fact, there is another main reason for letting you leave. You are one of the legendary three-day ancient weapons, Poseidon Poseidon. Ancient weapon, open hollow corner bracket Poseidon close hollow corner bracket Poseidon. He had been observing silently for the past year, and he found that Uchiha Security Company was really different. Father. 013507014 Philu 182,492,430. Roar. Although it was an occupation of territory, it greatly retained the original right to highly autonomous territory, did not interfere excessively, but would never allow those in power to act recklessly. Those territories belonging to Uchiha Security Company have become visibly happy this year. Shirahoshi's face changed when he heard this. Many captured fish man pirates saw this scene and were all desperate. What kind of people were they fighting before? At this time, Neptune seemed to have made a decision. He waved his hand to let the servants withdraw and looked at Uchiha Zan Yan and said, Master Zan Yan, if possible, please take Shirahoshi away from the Fishman Island. Uchiha Zan Yan rushed to the bubble layer. After a while, everyone returned to Ryugu Castle again. Advertisement. Attacked Vander Decken's pirate ship from 3 directions. At this time, Jinbei said, you can be responsible. Jinbei saw this scene and said worriedly, President Zan Yan is a shock fruit user. He can't swim in the sea water and will lose the power of shock fruit. Itachi said lightly, if you can't use the power of devil fruit, then don't use it. Uchiha Zan Yan pressed his palm on the hull of Noah. The huge Noah disappeared in an instant. Hey. Noah disappeared. Almost everyone who saw this scene was stunned. Such a big arc. Noah, that is a super giant ship half the size of the Fishman Island, how could it disappear in an instant with Uchiha Zan Yan's casual slap? Jinbei reacted. If he guessed correctly, it must be President Zan Yan's move, but that move could even teleport such a huge Noah. Vander Decken was also stunned at this time. Uchiha Zan Yan didn't give this guy time to react. One-handed seal, water-style water dragon bomb. 3 huge water dragons took shape in the sea water. 3 huge water dragons easily tore Vander Decken's pirate ship to pieces. Uchiha Zan Yan was the person he had seen who was most likely to change the world, and the person who was most capable of changing the world. Master Zan Yan, I am so ashamed. It was your first visit, but you saw such a thing. It was my negligence that made Fishman Street become an illegal area. I didn't expect that so many Fishman pirates had gathered there unknowingly. If it weren't for you, the Fishman Island might have been completely destroyed now. Neptune said with a face full of shame. Hody gathered 70,000 Fishman pirates, and this force has exceeded his Ryugu city soldiers. And Vander Decken, that guy was so crazy that he wanted to use Noah to destroy the Fishman Island. If it weren't for Uchiha Zan Yan here, the Fishman Island would really be destroyed. Thank you, Master Zan Yan. The 3 brothers of Shark Star also bowed their heads to thank. Thank you, Brother Zan Yan. Uchiha Zan Yan smiled and said, I said, this is what I should do. We Uchiha Security Company always keep our promises. If the Fishman Island is really destroyed, it will be the face of Uchiha Security Company. Quote. Uchiha Zanyan reappeared beside the Empress. No, no, no. According to the legend of the royal family, a mermaid who can communicate with the Sea Kings will be born every few hundred years. It's time for you to go out and see this beautiful world. Can such a guy really be considered a human? God is just like this. See the humans your mother talked about. Most of the humans who come here are pirates. You can go and see a wider world. Advertisement. Chapter 243 Jinbei joins the company. Advertisement. It was after comprehensive consideration that he invited Uchiha Zanyan to the Fishman Island. Can he? He can indeed. To be honest, Uchiha Zanyan has such ambitions. Just like the ninja world, why do they fight each other? Since the emergence of ninjas thousands of years ago, the ninja world has never been quiet. Until now, the 5 major ninja countries are still not quiet. Each of them wants to destroy the other. Is it hatred? A little, but definitely not big. All ninjas know that different countries have different positions. Living is your own ability. If you die, it's your bad luck. What really makes the 5 major ninja countries fight is all about interests. Uchiha Zanyan also has his own ambitions. He wants to unify the whole world and the whole ninja world. A real man, since you have the ability, why don't you take over the world? But people have to pretend. You have strength. You have prestige. Even Whitebeard is very optimistic about you. I'm a little embarrassed to say that. Lord Zanyan, although we have tried to conceal it all these years, there were too many people present at the time, and the rumors about Poseidon were also widespread. Maybe many people with ulterior motives have noticed this fact, such as the man named Vanderdecken. I guess he pursued Shirahoshi so tirelessly for Shirahoshi's power. I don't know if he has publicized this matter. Advertisement. Once such a fact is known to others, it will be bad. All forces in the world will covet the power of Princess Shirahoshi, whether it is the government or the pirates. Our power in Ryugu City is limited and we cannot protect Shirahoshi. Rather than letting her fall into the hands of those bad guys, it is better to hand her over to you, Lord Zanyan. At least I can see that you really like Shirahoshi and don't covet her power. Not coveting Shirahoshi's power. He himself couldn't explain it clearly. He was still very greedy for power, otherwise he wouldn't have collected all kinds of powerful ninjutsu to strengthen himself. It's just that the power he coveted was his own, and he didn't really care about external forces. Jinbei knelt in front of Uchiha Zanyan with his head on the ground. President Zanyan, if you don't mind, I am willing to join Uchiha Security Company and become a member of your company. In the future, your friends are my friends, and your enemies are my enemies. I am willing to be your side and your spear. He was also there when the Whitebeard pirates joined Uchiha Security Company, but because of the Fishman Island, he didn't dare to join Uchiha Security Company rashly. And he was not familiar with Uchiha Security Company, and didn't know what kind of organization it was, but after a year of investigation, he knew what kind of company it was, and the rules and regulations in the company all showed the discipline and benevolence of this company. Marco and others are no longer disgusting pirates, but heroes of many countries. Uchiha Zanyan cut his finger when he heard this, and a drop of blood fell on the wine bowl. The Empress also understood what Uchiha Zanyan meant, and brought the bowl to Jinbei. Uchiha Zanyan looked at Jinbei with a serious face and said, before drinking, you must know that once you drink it, there is no turning back. From now on, you will be labeled as Uchiha Security Company forever. You are a member of Uchiha Security Company in life and a ghost of Uchiha Security Company in death. Jinbei picked up the bowl and drank the wine without hesitation. Advertisement. Jinbei showed a painful expression on his face. Mr. Jinbei. Brother Zanyan, what's wrong with Mr. Jinbei? Nothing, just help him improve his body, he will be fine soon. Sure enough, after a while, the tense expression on Jinbei's face relaxed. Jinbei clenched his fists. This kind of power. He felt as if his body was filled with endless power, and his power became stronger than before, even several times stronger. This is the basic benefit of joining Uchiha Security Company. Look into my eyes. Jinbei raised his head and looked into Uchiha Zanyan's eyes when he heard this. Uchiha Zanyan opened Mangekyo Sharingan, and Jinbei fell into the illusion in an instant. It only took a few breaths for outsiders to see Jinbei return to normal, but his eyes were full of shock. Uchiha Zanyan said, that is the water breathing method. You can practice diligently until you completely transform your breathing into water breathing, and your strength will be greatly improved. From now on, you are the captain of the 6th team of Uchiha Security Company. Yes, President. Jinbei said with a firm look. Then Zanyan turned his eyes to Neptune and said, I can take Princess Shirahoshi away, and I will not let anyone bully her, and I can also make Princess Otohime's wish come true. What, really? Brother Zanyan. Shirahoshi's eyes lit up when he heard this, and Neptune, the 3 brothers Shark Star, and Jinbei were also excited. Uchiha Zanyan smiled and nodded. It's true. In fact, since half a year ago, I have had people build a continent belonging to the Uchiha Security Company, which is also the construction of the Uchiha Empire. In addition to the main island, there are 10 large islands, 36 medium islands and 108 small islands. The main island is 100,000 square kilometers, the large islands are 30,000 square kilometers, the medium islands are 10,000 square kilometers, and the small islands are 3,000 square kilometers. The total area of the continent is estimated to be more than 108 square kilometers. So big. Everyone was surprised to hear this, even the Empress and Shisui didn't know the news. They knew Zan Yan wanted to build a country, but they didn't expect that it had already started, and it was such a large area. Zan Yan, how come I didn't know? I wanted to give you a surprise after it was built. Such a large area, where can there be? Could it be? Jinbei suddenly thought of about half a year ago, between North Blue and East Blue, a piece of tattoo was dug out by someone. Advertisement. Chapter 244, Uchiha Empire Territory. Advertisement. Uchiha Zan Yan didn't intend to keep it a secret. He nodded and said, "Yes, I asked someone to dig it." Everyone was stunned when they heard this. The red line was dug through. This was too magical. I will give 10 large islands to the 10 captains of Uchiha Security Company. How to use this island is completely controlled by the 10 captains themselves. Jinbei was very excited when he heard this. He is now one of the 10 captains of Uchiha Security Company, which means that he has the right to control an island. 30,000 square kilometers, that area is hundreds of times larger than the Fishman Island. Shisui said excitedly. Brother Zan Yan, that means that Itachi and I both have the right to control an island. Uchiha Zan Yan smiled. Yes, whether you want to live there or build it is up to you. Quote. Yeah, that's great, but you have to pay for it yourself no matter how you want to do it or what you want to make it like. Quote. Jinbei knelt on the ground again and kowtowed to Zan Yan. Thank you so much, President. Neptune, the three brothers of Shark Star and Shirahoshi also bowed their heads in gratitude. What I want to make clear is that I will build the Uchiha Empire in the future. After landing on the island, I will become a vassal state of the Uchiha Empire and will advance and retreat together with the Uchiha clan. Of course, I, Neptune, represent the fishmen of the Fishman Island. From now on, I will join the Uchiha Empire and defend the Uchiha Empire to the death. Neptune was also determined at this time. Princess Odahime's wish would be realized soon. Although it was not a contract with the world government, the power of the Uchiha Security Company was second only to the world government. Moreover, the Uchiha clan has only been in existence for less than a year and a half. Who can guarantee that it will not be the largest force in the future? The Uchiha clan is called the God Clan, and he also saw the godlike power with his own eyes today. Well. In this case, you can organize construction workers and logistics teams. In a few days, I can send people over to build your home. After the construction is completed, you will not have no place to live when you move there. Quote. From time to time, he would check on the progress of Golden Lion. Golden Lion had already built most of the islands, and now it was just a matter of repairs. So fast, several people didn't expect to be able to go to their new home so quickly. Living under the sun had been a luxury for the Fishmen Island for hundreds of years. As long as they were fishmen, they would be discriminated against by humans and thought to be strange monsters. If they were mermaids, they would be captured by humans. In the human world, a mermaid could be sold for a very high price, enough to make most people think of committing a crime. Even 200 years ago, the mermaids and fishmen of the Fishmen Island were classified as fish by the world government. Advertisement. Princess Odahime's dream suddenly came true so quickly that they all felt like they were dreaming. Soon. Then why don't we wait a little longer? No. What a joke, it's been hundreds of years, who is willing to wait now? I don't know about other places, but in the Uchiha Empire, I can guarantee that fishmen and mermaids will not be discriminated against. Over time, perhaps other humans in the world will accept you. Thank you, Master Zan Yan. Well, the business is done, let's continue the banquet. Soon, everyone came back and the atmosphere became more lively. After finishing the work, Uchiha Zan Yan also played on the Fishman Island for a few days and experienced the fun of diving 10,000 meters under the sea. These days, Neptune has recruited all the construction craftsmen, a total of about 50,000 people. With so many workers, it is obvious that he intends to build a new home as soon as possible so that the whole country can move there. On the day of departure, everyone gathered on the ship at the port. After all, they need to carry materials for construction this time. Uchiha Zan Yan activated the Flying Thunder God technique and teleported everyone to the floating sky island. This is the sun. The real sun. Is that green thing a tree? Are those colorful things flowers? Seeking flowers 0.0135070141825020030. Not only Shirahoshi, most of the fishmen and mermaids on the Fishman Island have never seen the real sun, trees, and flowers. Wait, why is there an island flying in the air in the distance? Someone noticed that in the distant sky, there was a huge island that looked like a continent floating in the air, giving people an extremely shocking feeling. Advertisement. No, not only that, the island we are on is also in the air. Then someone found that there was an island in the distance that was level with this island floating there, and there was also an island of the Emperor floating below. Everyone was extremely shocked to see this scene. The Empress, Shisui, and Itachi were also shocked by the scene in front of them and were speechless. After all, it's to build an empire, so naturally there are some details. How did you do this? Brother Zan Yan. Shirahoshi's eyes flickered, and she looked like a curious baby. Today she finally saw the scenery she had dreamed of, which made her very happy. Hey, look, it's a person. Someone is flying over. At this time, someone found that a person actually flew over, which caused a lot of commotion among people. After all, this is flying. The person flew to Uchiha Zanyan and knelt on one knee. Master Zanyan. Get up. Yes. This is Golden Lion Shiki. He was captured by Marine half a year ago, so I released him from prison and let him build the territory of the Uchiha Empire. Golden Lion. Jinbei's eyes were about to pop out. Others didn't know who Golden Lion was, but could he not know? Golden Lion was a great pirate of the same era as Whitebeard in One Piece, and now he has also joined President Zanyan's army. This is undoubtedly the strength of the admiral of headquarters level. How powerful is the Uchiha security company hiding in secret? He felt more and more that his decision to join Uchiha Zanyan with the Fishman Island was the right one. Advertisement. Chapter 245 Return to Konoha Village. Advertisement. How is the construction progress now? Uchiha Zanyan looked at Golden Lion and asked. Replying to Master Zanyan, the main island and the 10 affiliated islands have been built, and the other islands will take some time. How long will it take? About half a year. Uchiha Zanyan curled his lips after hearing this. If he did it, it might have been completed long ago, but he didn't expect Golden Lion Shiki to be a perfectionist. He always changes some layouts just to make the island look more perfect. This work is like modeling a game map, which is indeed a time-consuming, labor-intensive and painstaking work. In other words, Golden Lion Shiki is now a demon. If he was still a human, he might have died by now. Well, thank you for your hard work, Shark, 877. Star, if you have any requirements for the island, you can tell Golden Lion, and I will take them around. Uchiha Zanyan attached the light and heavy rock technique to several people. Wow, I can fly. Shirahoshi wandered around happily, like a mermaid wandering in the sea. Shisui and Itachi were actually very happy. Brother Zanyan had taught them this ninjutsu, but the talent required for earth attribute chakra manipulation was too high, so neither of them learned it. This feeling is like you run very fast, but the ninjutsu requires a high jump, and some ninjutsu also requires strong weightlifting. Uchiha Itachi has super high talent in fire and water ninjutsu and illusion, but average talent in king. Uchiha Shisui has high talent in fire, lightning and illusion, and average talent in other ninjutsu. Uchiha Zanyan has full talent in all attributes. Several people flew around the island, and according to Uchiha Zanyan's requirements, 2 one-way water arch bridges were built between each island, which looked like a crystal rainbow in the sky. If they are connected together, it looks like a beautiful rainbow lighthouse suspended in the sky. Advertisement. So beautiful, everyone couldn't help but exclaim. Uchiha Zanyan also nodded with great satisfaction. It was indeed very beautiful. He fell in love with the Golden Lion territory at first sight. He loved it very much. It was just like the Immortal Mountain in the Immortal Cultivation novels, wasn't it? At his level, if he liked something, he would naturally go and get it. So Uchiha Zanyan rescued Golden Lion, turned him into a ghost, and built a territory for himself. I didn't expect the system to have such high requirements, so let's follow a higher standard. The empire formed by pieces of floating continents, let alone other things, is already better than the holy land of Mariajoy of the world government. I plan to invite more countries and races to settle in the future, create a food city, an amusement city, a casino, I haven't thought about the rest yet, I'll think about it later. Utopia. Jinbei was extremely shocked when he heard Uchiha Zanyan's words. If all of this was realized, I don't know what kind of changes it would cause to the world. Several people flew to the main island. The area of the main island was very large, equivalent to the area of the 6 capitals in the previous life. It is surrounded by mountains on all sides, with rivers, lakes, forests, and Uchiha Zanyan did not plan to build the middle into a luxurious country, but to build it into a small village like Konoha. It's not because of nostalgia or anything, but just don't want the family to have a waste like celestial dragons. After visiting all the islands, it was not early, and Uchiha Zanyan took Shirahoshi back to Nine Snake Island. Shirahoshi has the ability to communicate with sea kings. Nine Snake Island happens to be located in the Calm Belt, which allows her to practice her ability occasionally. The overlord of this world is not human beings, but these sea kings. Shirahoshi can summon sea kings, this is definitely a powerful force. Unknowingly, he already has the design drawings of ancient weapon open hollow corner bracket Pluton close hollow corner bracket Pluto and open hollow corner bracket Poseidon close hollow corner bracket Poseidon. Open hollow corner bracket Uranus close hollow corner bracket Uranus he didn't know, but open hollow corner bracket Pluton close hollow corner bracket Pluto was sleeping in Wano-kuni. When he traveled through time, Oda hadn't finished drawing One Piece, but his words and deeds all revealed that there will be 10 wars sweeping the world in the future. Advertisement. Just like the 4th Ninja World War, he also needs to prepare in advance. In the evening, after Zanyan and the Empress finished exercising, the Empress said to Zanyan, "Husband, you should also take Shirahoshi." Quote. Meow meow meow. Uchiha Zanyan may have the intention to cheat, but how did you say it out loud? Shirahoshi is open hollow corner bracket Poseidon close hollow corner bracket Poseidon. The best way is to completely control it in your own hands. The Fishman Island is also a very powerful force. Fish people can come and go freely in the sea. They are born with 10 times the arm strength of humans, plus training can form a weak combat power. Quote. My husband is ambitious. Such a marriage can make the Fishman Island more loyal to my husband. Is my ambition so obvious? Actually, this is what King Neptune meant by handing Shirahoshi over to his husband. Well, let's talk about this later. After the empire is built, I will first give you the most grand wedding in the world. After all, you are the woman I love the most. Hancock was very moved when he heard Zan Yan's words, and deep love overflowed from his eyes, which made the war that had been calmed down start again. In the next few days, Zan Yan will take Shirahoshi to play around during the day and experience the real-life version of girl training, which is quite interesting. Seeing that everything is going on in an orderly manner, Zan Yan plans to return to Konoha village. Zan Yan explained to Hancock and his family that he was going to return to Konoha village. 1.6. Uchiha Fugaku agreed. Well, we have been in this world for almost a year and a half without realizing it. We left in a hurry at the beginning, and it is indeed time to go back and take a look. Quote. Although they are doing very well in this world, the Uchiha clan has not forgotten their original ninja world. They were forced to come to this world. The Uchiha clan will never forget the suppression by the Konoha high-level officials. They will eventually take back what they lost. Shisui, Itachi, you come back with me. Okay. Shisui and Itachi also want to go back and take a look. Husband, you should be careful. 013507014 Filu 182,502,160. Don't worry, no one over there can do anything to me. Advertisement. Chapter 246. Konoha Village, I'm back again. Advertisement. Konoha Village. Uchiha Clan Nanga Shrine. Buzz. A mirror-like space-time channel appeared. Then, three figures walked out from it. They were the three brothers Uchiha Zan Yan, Uchiha Shisui and Uchiha Itachi. Konoha Village. I'm back again. After all, it is a village where I have lived for more than 10 years. It is my hometown. My hometown is unforgettable. Looking at the dusty ancestral hall around, the three people felt a little complicated. The three people quickly walked out of Nanga Shrine and came outside. Not bad. I thought the Konoha high-level officials had already pushed our Uchiha clan's residence. Quote. Uchiha Zan Yan looked at the familiar Uchiha clan's land. Now, because no one has been here for a year and a half, the Uchiha clan's land looks a bit dilapidated. There are also some traces of being searched. Obviously, someone is looking for something here, or maybe it was robbed. He and the Uchiha clan suddenly disappeared from this world. All the property was left in the family and not taken away. This is a good fortune for many people. Don't expect everyone to be so noble. There are many ruffians in Konoha village. Uchiha Zan Yan and Shisui took Itachi back to his home first. There is no doubt that his home was also robbed, and the damage was even more serious. The whole house was in a mess. Many people are very concerned about Uchiha Zan Yan's wealth. After all, Uchiha Zan Yan is famous in the entire ninja world. Advertisement. Seeing his home destroyed like this, Zan Yan was a little unhappy. Let's go. Quote. When Uchiha Zan Yan came to the streets of Konoha village, someone immediately recognized Uchiha Zan Yan. Although he had been away for a year and a half, many people in the village still knew Shui Zia Zan Yan. You are Uchiha Zan Yan. Uchiha Zan Yan saw the person coming and was immediately Ichiraku. He didn't expect that he was an old acquaintance. Hey, Kakashi, Might Guy, my two old classmates, it's been a long time since we last met. That's right, Hitaki Kakashi and Might Guy entered the ninja school at the same time as Uchiha Zan Yan, and were assigned to the same class. The three of them are good friends, and they can be regarded as best friends in the same grade. It's just that Kakashi and Uchiha Zan Yan graduated early, and Might Guy graduated later, but they kept in touch afterwards, and occasionally the three of them would gather together for dinner. Zan, where have you been for the past year and a half? And Kakashi is a very smart person. Before the Uchiha clan disappeared, he was assigned to monitor the Uchiha clan's every move, because the higher-ups received news that the Uchiha clan was going to launch a coup. But what he waited for in the end was not the Uchiha clan's coup, but the Uchiha clan disappeared out of thin air. For the past year, the entire ninja world has been looking for the Uchiha clan, but there is no news, as if they disappeared completely out of thin air. They never thought that Uchiha Zan Yan would appear in Konoha village again with Uchiha Shisui and Uchiha Itachi. I have been to a place far away from Konoha village for the past year and a half. After all, the Konoha high-level officials suppressed our Uchiha clan. Many people in the Uchiha clan are dissatisfied with the Konoha high-level officials. And even want to launch a coup. In order to stop all this, I had to send them all away. After all, once a coup occurs, the entire Konoha village will be devastated. Quote. Advertisement. Kakashi agreed with this. Indeed, the families of Konoha's high-ranking officials have almost permeated the entire Konoha village. The Sarutobi clan of the third Hokage alone occupies a large population in Konoha village. The ninjas of Konoha village must follow the orders of the Hokage. If the Uchiha clan staged a coup, even he would have to participate in the war against the Uchiha clan. Then why did you come back this time? Guy was a little confused. To be honest, even if the Uchiha clan did not stage a coup, the current status of the Uchiha clan in Konoha village is very embarrassing. Uchiha Zan Yan said nonchalantly, the Uchiha clan did not stage a coup. After all, we are still ninjas of Konoha village, aren't we? Let's go, we three haven't seen each other for a year and a half, I miss you a little, let's go eat something, and tell me about the situation in Konoha village this year. Quote. Uchiha Zan Yan put his arm on Kakashi and Guy's shoulders and said enthusiastically, making the two feel like everything happened yesterday. Uchiha Zan Yan used to take the two to dinner together. At that time, Guy and Kakashi still disliked each other. Because they both had a good relationship with Uchiha Zanyan, they got together. Several people came to the barbecue restaurant where they used to have long dinners. Uchiha Zanyan asked the two about the current situation of Konoha village. The Konoha guard force of the Uchiha clan has been completely transferred to the Sarutobi clan, which has allowed the Sarutobi clan to openly control more rights in Konoha village 463. Soon after the disappearance of the Uchiha clan, Iwagakure and Cloud Shinobi village launched a war against Konoha village. This war lasted for nearly a year. Both sides suffered heavy losses and neither could do anything to the other. In order to prevent being attacked by Sunagakure and Kurigakure, they finally chose to stop. It is said that the main fuse of this war was still Uchiha Zanyan, who was Uchiha Zanyan angered the 3rd Tsuchikage and the 4th Raikage. They didn't dare to take action when Uchiha Zanyan was in Konoha village. When Uchiha Zanyan was not there, they vented their anger on Konoha village. Uchiha Shisui and Uchiha Itachi were stunned when they heard this. They didn't expect such a thing to happen. Uchiha Zanyan slammed the table and said indignantly, "Slander. This is purely slandering my personality just to find an excuse for war. My personality is so good. I can be merciful to my enemies and let them go. They actually chose to repay kindness with hatred. This is simply too much." Hatake Kakashi and Guy looked at each other, curled their lips, and thought, "What kind of despicable color are you?" Don't the two best friends know that Uchiha Zanyan must have done something to the 3rd Tsuchikage and the 4th Raikage that angered the heavens and the people, otherwise the other party would not attack Konoha village so recklessly. Advertisement. Chapter 247. Hypocritical Third Generation. Advertisement. Swoosh. Two Anbu ninjas wearing cat masks appeared at the entrance of the barbecue restaurant. Uchiha Zanyan, Uchiha Shisui, Uchiha Itachi, the 3rd Hokage has something to ask you, please come with us. Sorry, brothers, the 3rd generation is looking for us, so we left first. We didn't bring any money this time, I'll treat you next time. Quote. Uchiha Zanyan finished speaking, and took Shisui and Itachi with him and followed the Anbu ninja out. Alas, they shouldn't have come back. Kakashi sighed. He still admired Uchiha Zanyan, his old classmate, very much. Uchiha Zanyan was a godlike existence in their era. Hatake Kakashi was called a genius by many people, and he knew that in front of Uchiha Zanyan, no one could be called a genius. Yes, they shouldn't have come back. Guy would regard Hatake Kakashi as his eternal opponent, but he never dared to regard Uchiha Zanyan as his eternal opponent. Because he knew that a monster like Uchiha Zanyan could not be caught up with by hard work, and the most important thing was that Guy himself worked very hard. It's okay to have unparalleled talent, but he also works so hard, which is really enviable. The higher-ups won't attack Uchiha Zanyan and the other three again, right? Quote. Kakashi thought for a while and shook his head and said, "It shouldn't happen, at least not on the surface. The most likely thing is that the higher-ups are worried. Uchiha Zanyan is a monster with the title of god. If they fight in Konoha village, the whole village may be destroyed. You little brat, you are still so naughty. You were the most naughty when you were in ninja school. You left without saying goodbye, and you brought so much trouble to the village." The 3rd generation almost choked to death when they heard this. Advertisement. When they arrived at the door, Anbu stopped Shisui and Itachi and let Uchiha Zanyan go in alone. The 3rd Hokage's mouth twitched. This stinky brat is as cunning as a little fox. Although Tsunade is a blood phobe, she is not prohibited from staying in Konoha village. She is from the Senju clan and the granddaughter of 1st Hokage Senju Hashirama. In terms of status, Tsunade is undoubtedly the highest in Konoha. If Tsunade was in Konoha village, Minato would have no chance of becoming the 4th Hokage. Later, the 4th generation died, and this old guy seemed to have to regain power for the sake of Konoha village. 0135070014 Feilu 182,502,390. Uchiha Zanyan curled his lips in disdain. This old guy has always occupied the high position of Konoha village. Although the 4th Hokage was the Hokage at the beginning, he was actually the puppet of this old guy. Squeak. Not only did he perfectly shut up those who thought he occupied the position, but he also held the absolute power of Konoha village. Uchiha Zanyan followed Anbu's people to the Hokage building. Uchiha Zanyan pushed the door open and walked in. Jiraiya knew what kind of personality his teacher had, and in order not to let his teacher think that he wanted the position of Hokage, he flew away and did not return to Konoha village for a year or two. When the 4th Hokage was in office, the old guy of the 3rd generation was the emperor. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. I have been well behaved and sensible since I was a child. Those rumors about me are slander. Damn Iwagakure and Cloud Shinobi village, they slander me when they can't beat me, and they always use those dirty and unpresentable means. The 3rd generation was speechless. This stinky kid not only insulted himself in his words, but also praised himself. This old shady guy knew it clearly a long time ago. Although Orochimaru was his apprentice, he was not under his control at all. Boy, you haven't told me why your Uchiha clan suddenly disappeared. In order to prevent the people of Konoha village from suffering, I sent them far away, which prevented a disaster from happening. I really have done a great deed. Advertisement. It is because of his strength that the Konoha high-level officials are afraid of him. The darkness hidden in Konoha is very scary. Kakashi touched his left eye. Uchiha Zanyan thought to himself, this old sly guy gets more and more sinister as he gets older. No, my body is still strong and I can still work for more than 10 years. However, there were many people in Konoha village who could serve as Hokage at that time. The most promising one was Orochimaru, who once competed with Minato for the position of 4th Hokage. The 4th Hokage died, and Orochimaru had the best hope of inheriting the Hokage, so he led people to deal with Orochimaru. Cough cough cough. What a pity. Uchiha Zanyan is so powerful. Did Orochimaru conduct human experiments for 1 or 2 days? Was it 1 or 2 years? Danzo provided the funds, and Orochimaru conducted the experiments, so the 3rd generation would not know. To be honest, I think with my great contributions, I can become the 5th Hokage of Konoha village. 3rd generation adults, why don't you just retire and pass the position of Hokage to me? Although the 4th Hokage is very strong, he lacks a bit of ruthlessness in his personality. He has been completely brainwashed by the will of fire. Whatever the old guy of the 3rd generation says is true. Uchiha Zanyan also showed a happy smile on his face. Oh. 3rd generation. I want you to die too. Ah, no, I want you to die. Ah, isn't it because the Konoha high-level officials have suppressed our Uchiha clan too much? Not only have they ruined our Uchiha clan's reputation, but they have also tried their best to exploit our Uchiha clan. Naturally, some people in the family are dissatisfied, and some even want to overthrow the barbaric and cruel rule of the Konoha high-level officials. The 3rd Hokage didn't deal with Orochimaru earlier, and didn't deal with Orochimaru until shortly after Minato's death. This was also the main reason why Orochimaru later held a grudge and came up with the plan to destroy Konoha during the Chunin exam. Ever since he knew that Uchiha Shisui could change other people's wills silently, Shisui never met Uchiha Shisui in person again. Oh, little Zanyan, it's been a long time since we last met. Where have you been during this time? You suddenly disappeared, I missed you so much. As soon as Uchiha Zanyan entered the room, the 3rd Hokage said to Uchiha Zanyan with enthusiasm, and that attitude looked as if his own grandson had returned. Advertisement. Chapter 248 Conqueror's Shock to Konoha. Advertisement. Think about how powerful Konoha village was back then, with the legendary Sannin, Yellow Flash Namikaze Minato, Konoha's White Fang Hatake Sakumo, and Uchiha Zanyan and Uchiha Shisui. Pick any one of them, and the entire ninja village will be on high alert. It was this lineup that the 3rd generation old B*********** D was beaten to pieces, and this old man still had the nerve to occupy the position of Hokage. That's a pity. Uchiha Zanyan had a regretful expression on his face. The 3rd generation wanted to slap him when they saw him. This little B********* D was hoping that he would die soon. You came back just in time. Iwagakure has been making some unusual moves recently. Sorry. 3rd generation, I can't stay here for long. Many people in the family are still dissatisfied with the Konoha high-level officials. In particular, they had a great adventure and gained some powerful strength that is not inferior to ninjutsu. Now they are all greatly strengthened and are clamoring to return to Konoha. Before, they were planning to launch a coup, but now they have the confidence to destroy Konoha head-on. If I hadn't been suppressing them, they might have already come here, so I can't stay in Konoha for too long. The 3rd Hokage's face sank when he heard this. Adventure. Power that is not inferior to ninjutsu. Greatly strengthened. These are not good news for him, but he doesn't know if Uchiha Zanyan is exaggerating. After all, this kid never speaks the truth. Oh, what kind of power? Can you show it, here? Why, is it very lethal? Uchiha Zanyan shook his head and said, no, it has almost no lethality. Then show it. I also want to see what kind of power can be compared with the ninjutsu that has been passed down for thousands of years. Since 3rd generation adults ask so, then I will show it. Uchiha Zanyan's mouth corners slightly raised. 3rd generation saw the arc of Uchiha Zanyan's mouth corners raised, and immediately felt something was wrong. Quote. Advertisement. Buzz. Boom. A terrifying conqueror's haki emanated from Uchiha Zanyan's body, covering the entire Konoha village. The terrifying conqueror's haki swept across the entire Konoha village. Bang bang bang. Many people fainted with their eyes rolled back and foam coming out of their mouths. This is. Hatake Kakashi and Guy both felt this terrifying mental shock, as if a great horror had descended. The two of them forced their minds to concentrate and barely resisted it. It's in the Hokage building. Hatake Kakashi and Guy's faces turned pale. Could it be that Uchiha Zan attacked the 3rd Hokage? The 3rd generation felt a terrifying mental shock, but he was a Hokage-level strongman, and this terrifying mental shock was nothing to him. What he didn't know was that Uchiha Zanyan didn't target him at all, otherwise, the 3rd generation would have been blown away long ago. Soon, Uchiha Zanyan stopped. Swish. The 2 Anbu guards who had been guarding in the dark immediately appeared in front of the 3rd Hokage and took a fighting stance towards Uchiha Zanyan. The 3rd Hokage shouted, "What are you doing? Why don't you get down?" Yes. The 2 men hid again after hearing the 3rd Hokage's order. The 3rd Hokage smiled at Uchiha Zanyan. What a powerful force. The 3rd generation was disdainful in their hearts. This so-called new power seemed to be very impressive, but in fact it was useless. This kid really likes to exaggerate. BEFB. Advertisement. Uchiha Zanyan smiled and waved his hand and said, "It's nothing, it's just something to scare people." Suddenly, an Anbu ninja appeared. Report. 3rd generation master. Almost all Chunin in Konoha village, including the villagers below Chunin, have fainted for unknown reasons. After examination, they are all fine, but they have suffered mental shock and are temporarily unconscious. Many people are very panicked, thinking that someone is attacking Konoha. The third Hokage's face turned pale when he heard this. All Chunin and Genin in Konoha village and all ordinary villagers are unconscious. What does this mean? Doesn't this mean that if Konoha village and the Uchiha clan go to war? 013507014 Filu 182,502,510. All Chunin and Genin are completely useless, and the advantage of Konoha village in numbers cannot be brought into play at all. How many Jonin are there in Konoha village? Only then did he understand the true horror of this power. Ah, sorry. I just mastered this power not long ago, and I can't control the strength well, so I scared everyone. The third generation also responded and smiled. It's all my fault. Go and ask people to comfort the villagers and tell them not to worry, no one is attacking. Yes, this power is really strong. How did you get it? Can other ninjas in the village learn it? The third generation was also a little greedy at this time. If this power is obtained, it will be of great use to large-scale wars. This is a bit difficult. Our Uchiha clan also got this power through a strange encounter. What conditions do you need? It's too polite to talk about conditions. What is our relationship? If we meet again in the future, I will definitely keep a copy for you. The third generation frowned when he heard this. He saw that Uchiha Zanyan was obviously not serious and was perfunctory. Then I'll trouble you. Quote, when I go back, I will persuade some family members. No matter how unreasonably the Konoha village leaders suppress our Uchiha clan, we are still Konoha village people after all, right? How can we do something like a coup? Third generation seemed to have not heard Uchiha Zanyan's sarcasm at all and laughed. Haha, if that's the case, then that's great. Konoha village will always be the home of the Uchiha clan. Didn't you see that I have always kept the Uchiha clan's residence? I just hope that the Uchiha clan will return to the embrace of Konoha village one day. I will persuade the top leaders. They have indeed gone too far. I can guarantee that as long as the Uchiha clan returns, they will receive the highest treatment. Quote. With the guarantee of the third generation adults, my success rate in persuading the clan members will be higher. Quote. Advertisement. Chapter 249 Zanyan vs. Guy. Advertisement. After Uchiha Zanyan left, the third Hokage's face darkened. That kid didn't come to negotiate, he just came to show off his power. He actually knocked out all the Chunin and Genin in Konoha village, including ordinary people. What kind of power is that? Where did the damn Uchiha clan go? Even after leaving, they didn't stop and actually gained other powers. After a while, Uchiha Zanyan walked out of the Hokage building with Shisui and Itachi. Kakashi and Guy were already waiting there. Zanyan, what happened just now? Hitaki Kakashi asked. Did you fight with the third generation adults? Guy said as if he was watching the fun. No, it's just that the third generation old man wanted me to show off my new power. I didn't stop and accidentally caused such a big impact. I'm really ashamed. Pretend. Just pretend. We don't know you yet. You just deliberately gave Konoha's high-level people a show of power. Guy asked curiously. What kind of power is that? It's so powerful, I almost fainted. That's called Conqueror's Haki, which is the power generated by the special nature transformation of spiritual energy alone. In addition to Conqueror's Haki, there are other powers. By the way, we haven't practiced for a long time. Are you interested in playing? Guy was immediately interested when he heard this. Let's go. I want to see how powerful you are now. Several people quickly came to the second training ground. The second training ground. It's really a place I miss. How long ago was the last time we practiced here? It's been 3 years. Uchiha Zanyan used to practice here with Kakashi and Guy. Guy pouted and said, what's there to miss? Every time you are AB******************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************** Quote. Reikiri created by Kakashi, and 8 inner gates inherited from Guy's father, were all defeated by Uchiha Zan. The two losers taught their unique skills to Uchiha Zanyan, who learned them all easily, which was a big blow to the two. Yes, not only Reikiri, but also 8 inner gates, a forbidden technique that was created for him, Uchiha Zanyan, naturally could not be let go. Advertisement. A shocking scene in Hokage Ninja, guy who opened 8 gates almost kicked 6 paths Madara to death with one kick. Such a powerful forbidden technique Uchiha Zanyan naturally got it from Guy early on. The second Hokage originally created this ninjutsu for the first Hokage. The first Hokage has a strong vitality and can survive even if the 8 inner gates are opened. But Uchiha Zanyan is more perverted. The regeneration ability of the evil spirits allows Uchiha Zanyan to open the 8 inner gates. Gates is like playing. But so far, no one has been able to make Uchiha Zanyan open the 8 inner gates. Let me make a deal first. You can't open Sharingan. Okay. You can't use swordsmanship. No problem. You can't use Flying Thunder God technique. Okay. Every fight has to be conditional. The enemy won't give you so many conditions, I won't use any ninjutsu, I'll just compete with you in taijutsu, okay. That's more like it. It's not that Guy is petty, it's just that Uchiha Zanyan is too perverted. When he was a kid, he never won in taijutsu alone. Later, when Uchiha Zanyan used swordsmanship, he was often killed in 10 moves. Then the opponent opened Sharingan, and he was killed in seconds by illusion without even moving. In order to fight back, he specially studied to know the opponent's attack by looking at the opponent's footsteps, but this limitation is still very large. His growth history is a bloody history of being abused by Uchiha Zanyan. If it weren't for Guy's character is strong, if it were someone else, they would have collapsed long ago. Okay. Then I'm here. Duman. Open. Guy directly opened the fifth gate. When fighting with Uchiha Zanyan, even if the opponent does not use so many moves, he is a pervert among perverts, so Guy will not be careless. Leaf Hurricane. Guy quickly rushed to Uchiha Zanyan and launched a series of kicks. Asking for flowers 0.013507014 Filu 182,512,030. Iron Body. Advertisement. Uchiha Zanyan stood still, his body was like steel. When Guy kicked Uchiha Zanyan, it felt like kicking an iron body, which made his feet hurt. So hard. This move is called Iron Body, which accelerates the blood flow in the body and makes the body as hard as steel. Shave. Uchiha Zanyan stepped on the ground, and his body instantly appeared behind Guy. He raised his foot and kicked Guy. Bang. Ah. Guy was kicked away by Uchiha Zanyan. So fast. Kakashi had already taken off the forehead protector on his right eye, revealing his Sharingan. Even with Sharingan, he could barely see Uchiha Zanyan's movements. This move is called Shave. Within 0.36 seconds, it stomps on the ground dozens of times to generate explosive reaction force to move quickly, making the opponent look like teleporting. Leaf Great Whirlwind. Paper Arts. Uchiha Zanyan twisted his body like a piece of paper, dodging all of Guy's attacks. This move is called Paper Arts. It removes all the strength from the whole body. Through the changes in the airflow generated by the opponent's movements, the body can become as flexible as paper. The body can be easily controlled and any attack directed at itself can be avoided at the last minute. Damn. Leaf Strong Whirlwind. Guy appeared in front of Uchiha Shisui in an instant and sent a back kick. Guy is fast in itself, and now he has opened the fifth gate, so his speed is not inferior to Shave. Moonwalk. Uchiha Zanyan rushed into the air, then stepped on the air with both feet, changed direction, and then seemed to float in the air. What is this? Seeing Uchiha Zanyan walking in the air and finally staying in the air, Guy and Kakashi were both dumbfounded. This is Moonwalk, a physical skill that can move in the air for a short period of time. Quote. Advertisement. Chapter 250. Digging into Konoha's corner. Advertisement. Be careful with this next move. Tempest Kick Flame Bird. Uchiha Zanyan raised his foot and kicked, and a flaming bird appeared and rushed towards Guy. Sixth gate. Jingmun. Open. Guy roared, and his body opened the sixth gate, Jingmun, of the 8 inner gates. Towards the peacock. Guy punched with both hands at high speed, and the friction with the air produced flames. He used the air to form a flame-like shock wave, which continuously fell on the flaming bird like a peacock spreading its tail. Boom. The two powerful forces collided with each other, producing a terrifying impact force. Finger Pistol. Uchiha Zanyan pointed his finger at Guy, and the air bullet was fired at Guy. Guy, 650, quickly blocked it with his arms. Bang. Guy's body was directly knocked back, and his arms left 2 deep marks on the ground. A bullet mark appeared on a Guy's arm, as if he was hit by a bullet. Blood flowed from the bullet mark. The wound was not serious, just a simple scratch, and the bone was not injured. This is the 6 styles, a special physical skill I learned. To be honest, after I learned this, the first person I thought of was you, Guy. I think these physical skills are very suitable for you. After all, there are not many people who can use this skill. Guy was very moved when he heard this. Just now, it was just some skills, and now it's really moving. Quote. Anything else? Kakashi and Guy were both a little surprised. Uchiha Zanyan used armament haki to harden and wrap his arms, and Uchiha Zanyan's arms turned black. Advertisement. Swish. Uchiha Zanyan appeared in front of Guy, clenched his fists and hit Guy. Guy also clenched his fists and hit Uchiha Zanyan. Bang. The two fists collided. Wow. Guy was easily knocked away by Uchiha Zanyan, and he covered his fist and screamed in pain. It's so hard. It hurts. What is this? This is armament haki. Armament haki is mainly reflected in hardening, which can make a person's body invulnerable to swords and guns, just like a weapon. In terms of defense, it is more powerful than chakra. If a powerful armament haki user hardens his whole body with armament haki, even some ninjutsu attacks will not hurt him at all. It is most suitable for ninjas like Guy who need physical skills to fight. Quote. Kakashi's face changed. Many ninja battles require punches and kicks. This force can greatly improve attack and defense. Awesome. Finally, there is observation haki. Quote. Uchiha Zanyan turned around and Shisui raised his right fist. But did you see how the third Hokage treated the son of this hero? Would Minato and sister Kushina be heartbroken when they saw it? Don't the Konoha high level know that I control the Nine-Tails Demon Fox? They arranged no less than 20 Anbu 1.4 members to watch me around my house, and the third Hokage directly ordered that I was not allowed to leave my house. Uchiha Zanyan smiled and said, no, this is observation haki, which can sense the enemy's movements. As long as it is a person, it will emit a unique life wave. It can be detected by improving the sensitivity, so as long as it is maintained at all times, the probability of being attacked will be lower, and the powerful guys can even foresee the future. Quote. As for the 8th gate, it is a power obtained at the cost of burning life. If you open it, you will die. The final result was that the 4th Hokage Minato and his wife's sister Kushina also died in the battle, and the only survivor was Uzumaki Naruto, the son of Minato. Kakashi and Guy both looked slightly different when they heard this. I can't say more, but it is much more exciting than you think. Kakashi, Guy, you are all my good brothers. I want you to work with me. Quote. Advertisement. So you guys follow me. Right leg. But Kakashi is different. Kakashi has joined Anbu and knows how dark the dark side of Konoha village is. To be honest, I have deep feelings for Konoha village, but I don't have the slightest affection for the top leaders of Konoha village. The will of fire passed down by the first Hokage has completely changed its flavor at this time and has completely become a tool of those in power. When Guy heard what Uchiha Zanyan said, his heart was pounding. These two powers are really suitable for him and can greatly increase his combat power. Konoha village is as bright as it is dark in secret, and I believe you, Kakashi, understand this. But Konoha village's exclusion of me and the Uchiha clan is obvious to all of you. The Nine-Tails demon fox attacked Konoha village, and many people even rumored that it was me who did it. I'm not asking you to betray Konoha, and I didn't betray Konoha. I took the Uchiha clan away to prevent the Uchiha clan from a coup and destroying the lives of Konoha village. On the one hand, Konoha village is my hometown, and on the other hand, I promised the 4th Hokage that I would not betray Konoha village unless necessary. What? Even the Uchiha clan arranged to escort the villagers and were not allowed to participate in the war. After that, no matter what attack posture Shisui changed, Uchiha Zanyan accurately said the attack, as if he had eyes on his back. This shocked Guy and Kakashi. They felt that they hadn't seen their buddy for a year and a half, and they didn't know how this buddy had changed. It's not a life and death fight. The 7th gate is already the limit. 013507014 Filu 182,512,140. Zanyan, where have you been? What have you been through this year? Why did you learn such a powerful thing? How is this possible? Guy pointed at Uchiha Zanyan in disbelief. How did you do it? Do you have eyes on your back? Guy is a normal ninja in Konoha village and will accept some normal tasks. Haha, it's ridiculous. If I wanted to destroy Konoha village, why would I use the Nine-Tails demon fox? Then Shisui raised his right leg. Guy closed the 6th gate. Now he can open the 7th gate and the 8th gate, but after the 7th gate is opened, he will feel pain all over his body. Right fist. Advertisement. Chapter 251 Kakashi Guy joins the gang. Advertisement. Kakashi and Guy's expressions changed. Kakashi's parents were all dead, and they committed suicide when Kakashi was young. This incident touched Kakashi very much. Later, he came into contact with the dark side of Konoha village, but he also thought that it was the fate of being a ninja. At that time, his personality became cold and he insisted that as a ninja, he could not be affected by emotions. Sometimes, in order to complete the mission, the sacrifice of his companions was inevitable. At that time, it was Uchiha Zanyan who woke him up, gave him a lot of help, and led him out of the haze. His father was not wrong, it was the world that was wrong. Guy also felt very good about Uchiha Zanyan. Guy's father might die was a genin and was often ridiculed. Uchiha Zanyan was already a jonin at a young age. But Uchiha Zanyan respected his father very much. Not only did he never laugh at his father, but every time he came to his house, he would buy some good wine and meat for his father. From that time on, he determined that Uchiha Zanyan was his lifelong good brother. Kakashi and Guy know best how Uchiha Zanyan was suppressed by Konoha village. For a long time, Konoha village guarded Uchiha Zanyan like a prisoner, so that Uchiha Zanyan did not go out for several years. The two of them often visited Uchiha Zanyan, not only the two of them, but also some girls, who also visited Uchiha Zanyan. Obviously he was a hero of Konoha village, but he was treated like this. As good brothers, Kakashi and Guy were naturally very dissatisfied, but their dissatisfaction was useless. This was the decision made by the Konoha high level. Later, Uchiha Zanyan and the Uchiha clan disappeared, and the two searched for a long time, but there was no clue. However, both of them felt that Uchiha Zanyan could not be dead. After the two thought for a while, Guy clenched his fist and said, "Okay. Zanyan, I'll be your king." Guy has deep feelings for Konoha village, but he is also very dissatisfied with the Konoha high-level officials. Because of the groundless suspicion, his good brother was imprisoned for several years. If this was not his hometown and he was a ninja, he really didn't want to do it a long time ago. Zanyan, are you sure that you and the Uchiha clan will not attack Konoha village? Kakashi is not as simple as Guy thinks. The village that teacher Minato has fought hard to protect, even if he is in the dark, he doesn't want it to be destroyed. Zanyan shook his head and said, "I can't guarantee it, because on the night we left, the top leaders of Konoha were actually ready to take action against the Uchiha clan. If I hadn't taken the Uchiha clan away, Konoha village might not have existed that night. Don't think I'm exaggerating, because I do have such strength." Advertisement. I have such strength but I didn't do it. The main reason is what I just said. I have deep feelings for Konoha village, and I promised teacher Minato. But if the top leaders of Konoha insist on taking action against me and the Uchiha clan, I can guarantee you that I won't take action against the village. Even if Konoha village changes the sky, I can guarantee that the sky will definitely be much cleaner than it is now. Quote. Kakashi also made up his mind after hearing what Uchiha Zanyan said. He knew his best friend. Although he was always smooth talking and seemed unreliable, he always fulfilled what he said. Okay, I will join you. Uchiha Zanyan smiled when he heard this, and then stretched out his fist. Kakashi and Guy both stretched out their fists and bumped them together. Kakashi and Guy were Uchiha Zanyan's best friends, Shisui and Itachi were Uchiha Zanyan's younger brothers, and this kind of relationship was still very clear. Kakashi and Guy were both very strong. Kakashi's overall strength was very strong, and his super combat awareness allowed him to fight evenly with many people who were even stronger than himself, and occasionally evenly with some noobs. This is how Kakashi got the title of 50 to 50. Even Pain had a very high affirmation of Kakashi, and Kakashi's talent was obvious. Uchiha Zanyan also knew Kakashi very well. It was not that Kakashi wanted to fight evenly, but the real restriction was Kakashi's hard power. And Guy, as long as he learns the breathing method and accepts his own blood transformation, Guy's strength will increase dramatically. And if he learns Haki, his fighting power will be even more terrifying. If he can't kill Six Paths Madara with one kick, then kick him 10 times. This is truly top-level fighting power. Advertisement. His two good brothers decided to work with him, which made Uchiha Zanyan in a good mood. Uchiha Shisui and Uchiha Itachi saw that brother Zanyan was so happy, and they couldn't help but smile. Let's go. I didn't enjoy my meal just now. I was interrupted by the annoying guy. Let's go drink some more. Let's talk about how you have been in the past year and a half. Quote. Uchiha Zanyan put his arm on Guy and Kakashi's shoulders. Several people soon came to the bustling streets of Konoha village. 040 Just looking at the scene of Konoha village, everyone felt that this was a good place of peace and joy. Who knows how much darkness is hidden under this prosperity? Uchiha Zanyan. Quote. Just when the three were about to find a barbecue restaurant to reminisce and chat, a woman's voice sounded. Uchiha Zanyan turned around and saw two familiar figures. Anko. Hong. Long time no see. Mitarashi Anko was Orochimaru's later disciple, that is, his junior sister. Before Orochimaru betrayed Konoha, Mitarashi Anko often came to see his senior brother. She blatantly went to his house for a meal, but it was not enough for her to eat alone, so she brought another person, Yuhi Kurenai, to eat together. After a few times, Uchiha Zanyan and Yuhi Kurenai became familiar with each other. Yuhi Kurenai saw Uchiha Zanyan, this face she would dream of, her eyes suddenly lit up, and her heart beat faster. Is it really you? Mitarashi Anko saw Uchiha Zanyan's appearance and immediately rushed over and punched Zanyan in the chest. UB************ D. There has been no news for a year and a half, where did you go? There is no news. Don't you know that others will worry about you? Advertisement. Chapter 252, Second Generation. Advertisement. Hey, are you going to kill me with one punch? Mitarashi Anko didn't hold back much strength in this punch. If he wasn't in good health, most people would have been knocked down. Who told you to leave without saying goodbye? And there's no news for so long. Uchiha Zanyan spread his hands helplessly and said, there's nothing I can do. The situation at the time didn't allow it. The Uchiha clan was about to stage a coup, and I had to take them all away to stop it. What's going on? Mitarashi Anko was a little confused by this situation. Let's go, let's eat and talk. Quote. Uchiha Zanyan led a few people into the most popular barbecue restaurant in Konoha village and asked for a private room. Then he repeated what he said before to Anko and Hong. I didn't expect the situation to be so bad at that time. The grudge between the Uchiha clan and the Konoha high-level officials started a long time ago. After the death of the first Hokage, Tsuchi Hokage sent people to blatantly monitor the Uchiha clan. This kind of defense against the Uchiha clan like a thief will naturally cause dissatisfaction among the family, but fortunately at that time the Uchiha clan was still one of the famous families in Konoha village, so the Uchiha clan endured it. Quote. After the Nine Tails incident, overwhelming malice came from ordinary people in Konoha village, which made the already sensitive Uchiha clan unacceptable. Quote. The Konoha high-level officials took the opportunity to suppress the resources of the Uchiha clan, making the Uchiha clan get less and less cake. They got the least by killing their heads, and were also cyberbullied. Who can bear this? So the family is ready to launch a coup. I am a member of the Uchiha clan. The Uchiha clan raised me since I was a child. Naturally, I stand on the side of the family, but I have deep feelings for Konoha. The mistakes of the Konoha high-level officials should not harm ordinary villagers. In the end, I could only take people away, and the results also proved that my choice was correct. Now that the two sides have separated, they can naturally calm down. It is best to solve it through negotiations in the end. If the negotiation cannot be solved, then talk slowly. After this generation is finished, let the next generation talk. Anyway, there is plenty of time. Advertisement. Uchiha Zanyan has an indifferent expression, as if he doesn't care about these things at all. What did you come back for this time? Well, mainly to test the attitude of the Konoha village's top management. Did the talks break down? No, that old guy from the third generation is still so cunning. He said beautiful things to you, saying that Konoha's gate will always be open to the Uchiha clan, and that the Uchiha clan will always be a part of Konoha. It was all suppressed by other top management. I will persuade them. The old guy said all the good and bad things, but he just didn't let you get down to the actual things. What's the difference between this and the pua of those bosses in the previous life? The old shaman from the third generation is a master of Pua and a pyramid scheme leader. He brainwashed almost the entire village just by relying on the will of fire. How long has it been since this old man went to the battlefield? Ha 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 ha. Uchiha Zanyan imitated the third generation and amused several people. Now they are all adults in their 18s and 19s, and they look at things from different perspectives. They no longer believe whatever the bosses say when they were young. Especially from Uchiha Zanyan, who can always analyze the situation simply and clearly in a few words. They all learned a lot. By the way, before, almost everyone in the village fainted. Quote. Yeah, it was me. You did it. Anko and Hong both widened their eyes. I told the old guy that our Uchiha clan has obtained some powerful power that is not inferior to ninjutsu. Many people shouted to fight back. The old guy wanted to see what kind of power it was, so I gave him a warning. The old guy really thought I was a sick cat. After that, the old guy's attitude suddenly became much kinder. Ha 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 ha. Several people couldn't help laughing when they heard Uchiha Zanyan's words. It always feels so easy to be with Uchiha Zanyan. Suddenly, a cold snort sounded. Huh. Uchiha Zanyan, you, a rebellious clan guy, dared to arrange the third Hokage behind his back. You are a traitor. Advertisement. A man with black hair and a full beard walked into the private room and roared at Uchiha Zanyan. Uncle, who are you? Uchiha Zanyan looked at the person in front of him and asked. This sentence immediately broke the other party's defense. I'm not an uncle. I'm only 24. 24 years old. I thought you were 42 years old. You look too anxious, right? You be asterisk 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 D. Come out. I must teach you a lesson today. No, who are you? Mitarashi Anko said. His name is Sarutobi Asuma, the son of the third Hokage, who always pesters Hong like a scabby dog. Uchiha Zanyan looked at Hong, who waved her hands in a panic and explained, he and I are just simple acquaintances. There is no other relationship. I can't drive him away, so I can only avoid him. Zanyan, don't think too much. This uncle, no, this big brother, this is your fault. Look, you are pestering the little girl, like a pervert is like a stalker, almost scaring people to tears. Even if you are the son of the third Hokage, you can't be so vulgar and shameless. Quote. Asuma was almost mad when he heard this. I am vulgar. I am shameless. I just like Hong, what's wrong with that? But I don't like you. Yuhi Kurenai said immediately. Asuma felt his heart was about to break. Did you hear that? Hong doesn't like you, even if you are a Kage of the second generation, I don't like you. Please turn left when you go out and close the door. By the way, I don't like you either. Haha. Anko felt very happy when she saw Uchiha Zanyan scold Asuma in a few words. This pervert always harassed Hong, causing Hong to not dare to go out alone and always looking for her to accompany her. She has looked for Asuma several times, but this guy has never changed his bad habits and is still like a pervert stalker. Advertisement. Chapter 253. The person I insulted is you. Advertisement. Because the other party was the son of the third Hokage, she had no way to deal with Asuma, the pervert, and could only stay by Hong's side. Hearing Uchiha Zanyan's ridicule and Mitarashi Anko's mockery, Asuma's originally dark skin suddenly became darker, his fists clenched, and the veins on his arms bulged. He was following Hong as usual, but the moment Hong saw Uchiha Zanyan, the radiance on Hong's face broke his heart. He could see from the shy and admiring eyes that Hong liked that guy very much. What's so great about that guy? Isn't he just a little more handsome, whiter skin, and more famous? He is also the son of the third Hokage, and he will inherit the position of Hokage in the future. What does this guy count for? Uchiha Zanyan, if you have the guts, fight me. Whoever loses will stay away from Hong and never get close to Hong again. Asuma roared at Uchiha Zanyan. Kakashi, Guy, Anko, Hong, Shisui, Itachi, all looked at Asuma in disbelief when they heard what Asuma said. This idiot, is there something wrong with his brain? Or is he just arrogant on weekdays? Who is Uchiha Zanyan? He is the strongest of the Uchiha clan, a man known as the Sword God, in the entire ninja world. But Kakashi and others know that the sword is just one of Uchiha Zanyan's countless powers, and no one knows how many ninjutsu he has mastered. Kakashi suspects that Uchiha Zanyan has learned all the ninjutsu that a normal ninja can master except for the blood limit. Why are the third Tsuchikage and the fourth Raikage so angry? They must have suffered a great loss from Uchiha Zanyan. You, a guy who became a Jonin by connections, actually want to duel with this monster. If I die, wouldn't it be faster to cut my neck with a kunai? Asuma was numbed by the eyes of these people. You said, you want to duel with me. Uchiha Zanyan, sitting cross-legged on a chair, one hand touching his chin, looking at Asuma with a playful look. Yes, that's right. I personally never like to use friends as bets, but it is also my duty as a friend to take away a scabby like you for my friend. Is it okay, Hong? Advertisement. Uchiha Zanyan asked Yuhi Kurenai. Beffa. Yuhi Kurenai nodded. No problem. She had seen Uchiha Zanyan's Kamui, not to mention one Asuma, even if there were 10 or 100 of them, they might not be Uchiha Zanyan's opponents. Sorry, it seems that this meal has been delayed again. This father and son are really annoying. After it's over, I will buy vegetables and cook for them myself as an apology. When several people heard that Uchiha Zanyan was going to cook, their eyes lit up, especially Anko, whose saliva flowed from the corners of her mouth. Let's go. Several people came to the second training ground again. Uchiha Zanyan and Asuma stood facing each other. Let's do it. Let's finish the fight sooner and earlier. HMPH. Asuma made a seal with both hands. Open hollow corner bracket fire style ash accumulation burning close hollow corner bracket. A ball of hot ash spit out from Asuma's mouth. Boom. After the ash surrounded Uchiha Zanyan's body, a strong explosion occurred. Killed. Asuma saw Uchiha Zanyan so carelessly taking his attack, his face suddenly lit up. Hong saw Uchiha Zanyan taking it hard, and couldn't help but feel a little worried. Is that it? Keep going. As the son of the third Hokage, you can't just be at this level. Quote. Bang. A violent wave of air blew from Uchiha Zanyan's position to the surroundings. After the smoke dissipated, Uchiha Zanyan's figure appeared in front of everyone. Uchiha Zanyan, who took Asuma's blow, didn't even break the clothes on his body. Humph. Just now, it was just a small test, now it's real. Asuma put on 2 chakra knives in his hands. There were 4 small holes on the handles to accommodate 4 fingers. The handles and blades were integrated, and it looked like there were extra blades on the knives. Buzz. Advertisement. Asuma injected wind-style chakra into the chakra knives, generating 2 beams of chakra double knives emitting blue light, which were sharp enough to cut iron like mud. Bang. Asuma rushed towards Uchiha Zanyan quickly, and the chakra knife in his hand slashed towards Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan stretched out a finger without dodging. Armament Haki hardened. Armament Haki wrapped. Wind-style chakra covered. Towards Asuma blocked the chakra knife, which shocked Kakashi, Guy, Enko and Hong. What a joke, that was a wind-style chakra knife, so sharp that it could easily cut off steel bars, not to mention fingers. Asuma smiled smugly after seeing this. This guy was so arrogant, he would cut off his fingers. A rebel from the Uchiha clan dared to snatch a woman from him, he was simply looking for death. Clang. Asuma's chakra knife collided with Uchiha Zanyan's fingers, making a sound of weapons colliding. How is it possible? Asuma saw his chakra knife cut on Uchiha Zanyan's fingers, but Uchiha Zanyan's fingers didn't even break the skin. Hong and the others were relieved when they saw that Uchiha Zanyan easily blocked Asuma's chakra knife with just 1 finger. Uchiha Zanyan has not changed at all. He has always liked to do these thrilling operations. This is impossible. Asuma waved his arms frantically and attacked Uchiha Zanyan with his chakra knife. Uchiha Zanyan blocked all of Asuma's attacks with just 1 finger. Is this all you can do? The third generation really has no successors. You didn't inherit your father's strength and scheming at all. Shut up. I don't allow you to insult my father. Uchiha Zanyan waved his fingers and blocked all of Asuma's attacks. No. Don't spit blood, I have never insulted the third Hokage. On the contrary, I really admire him, really. He has strength, skills, and is good at fooling people. It's not an exaggeration to say that he is my idol. Quote. The person I really insulted is you. Advertisement. Chapter 254 Target Akatsuki Organization. Advertisement. They say that a hero's son is a hero, but it doesn't seem to be entirely true. A hero's son might be a bear. D. Uchiha Zanyan had enough fun. Shua. Uchiha Zanyan instantly flashed in front of Asuma. Pointed his finger at Asuma. Asuma immediately blocked it with his chakra knife. Kacha. Asuma's chakra shattered directly. Uchiha Zanyan raised his foot and kicked back, sweeping it across Asuma's face. You should be thankful that you have a capable father, otherwise, with your mediocre level, you would have been killed countless times. Uchiha Zanyan ignored Asuma after saying this. In his opinion, Asuma was just like a clown. Jonin. The weakest Jonin. Several people turned and left without paying attention to Asuma. Soon, the news of the duel between Uchiha Zanyan and Asuma reached the ears of the third Hokage. Humph. That idiot. If he was half as smart as Uchiha Zanyan, he wouldn't have achieved nothing until now. Quote. The third Hokage was very dissatisfied with his son Asuma. However, no matter how useless Asuma is, he is still the son of Sarutobi Hiruzen. Tell Danzo, you can do whatever you want to that kid, I will just pretend not to see it. Root Headquarters. Advertisement. Danzo received the news from the third generation. The Uchiha clan finally showed up. That old guy Hiruzen can't sit still anymore, and wants to kill someone with a borrowed knife, but this is exactly what I want. Let all the roots who are on missions outside return to Konoha to gather, I want to wipe out the Uchiha clan completely. Yes, Uchiha Zanyan was walking by the river with Hong at this time. How could Uchiha Zanyan not see Hong's thoughts, song, but his situation was awkward at the time. Later, when she graduated from the ninja school and was on a mission, she fell into the enemy's trap. At the most desperate moment, Uchiha Zanyan suddenly appeared and easily solved all the enemies. At that time, she had completely fallen. Uchiha Zanyan actually admires his teacher very much. He is undoubtedly a scientist in the ninja world. Hong held Uchiha Zanyan's hand tightly, shook her head and said firmly, I know, but I'm not afraid. She wanted to confess to Uchiha Zanyan many times, but she was afraid that she would be rejected after the confession, and maybe the two of them could not even be friends, so she had to suppress the throbbing in her heart. After a few times, the two became more familiar, and her love for Uchiha Zanyan became stronger. This time, she saw Uchiha Zanyan appear again, and she was extremely surprised and excited. Even if she was rejected, she didn't want to miss it again. Not only that, the two of them did such a thing, and Hong felt happy and sweet at this time. Looking at Hong, who was blushing with shyness, Uchiha Zanyan felt that he had become a scumbag without realizing it, but it feels really good to be a scumbag. Uchiha Zanyan was a little curious about when Hong fell in love with him. Hong told him that when she was very young, she was bullied. Uchiha Zanyan taught those naughty kids a lesson, and she fell in love with him from that time. My teacher is undoubtedly a super genius. Not only that, he is also the best in teaching. In addition to his own talent, he has such strength now. It is inseparable from the teaching of Orochimaru. You are such a strong girl. Quote. In terms of technical difficulty alone, it is even higher than the Flying Thunder God technique. And if I were to respond, it would have a certain impact on your safety. The Konoha high-level officials would do anything to deal with me. 3 days later, Uchiha Zanyan left Konoha village with Shisui, Itachi, Kakashi and Guy. Uchiha Zanyan stretched out his right hand to Hong. Hong was stunned for a moment, and then grabbed it shyly. Advertisement. At this time, Yuhi Hong suddenly stood still, and the whole person seemed to muster up some courage and said, Uchiha Zan. I am to you. Ideographic period. Sorry, Hong. I saw through your thoughts a long time ago, but I was in an awkward situation at the time, so I couldn't respond. Quote. Later, I heard that Uchiha Zanyan and the Uchiha clan suddenly disappeared, and her heart suddenly became empty. At that time, she regretted not confessing her feelings to Uchiha Zanyan. When Uchiha Zanyan was in prison at home, she heard Mitarashi Anko talking about Uchiha Zanyan, and she shouted that she wanted to come with Anko. Later, Uchiha Zanyan entered the school. He was 1 year younger than Hong, but he quickly became a celebrity in the school and was called a super genius that was rare in a century by all the teachers. However, because of her inferiority complex, she did not tell Uchiha Zanyan that she liked him, and she thought that she would never have any intersection with Uchiha Zanyan, the pride of heaven. For 3 consecutive days, Uchiha Zanyan was immersed in the gentle land of Hong. At that time, many people in the school called Uchiha Zanyan as an idol. Asking for flowers. Uchiha Zanyan hugged Hong and kissed her lips gently, feeling very good. Later, as if it was fate, her best friend, Mitarashi Anko, turned out to be Uchiha Zanyan's junior sister. Later, Uchiha Zanyan graduated. At a young age, he made a big name in the Third Ninja World War. The living corpse reincarnation he created is simply unbearable in terms of combat performance, but he is a Jonin technique that has achieved immortality in a different way. At night, Uchiha Zanyan used the Flying Thunder God technique to come to Hong's home and took away Hong's first time. The two fought for a long time before stopping to rest. This time, Uchiha Zanyan's goal is also very simple. That is the Akatsuki organization. 013507014 Filu 182,522,000. So she wanted to confess, but she didn't expect that Uchiha Zanyan got there first. It felt like you were in jail at home, and you still wanted to bring a girl with you. To be precise, it is his teacher, Orochimaru, one of the legendary Sannin. But now he doesn't need to worry about it. Advertisement. Chapter 255, Root Attack. Advertisement. Zanyan, shall we go find Orochimaru? Do you know where Orochimaru is? Guy asked Uchiha Zanyan. Well, it's about the same. After all, he is my teacher, and I know him better. Zanyan, Orochimaru is very dangerous. Kakashi said to Uchiha Zanyan. He had come across a lot of information about Orochimaru when he was on a mission before. Orochimaru and Danzo jointly conducted many human experiments. You mean human experiments? Danzo and Orochimaru jointly. Danzo paid for it, Orochimaru worked hard, and they did produce a lot of research results. Danzo's arm was given to Danzo by Orochimaru. In fact, Orochimaru could have continued his research, but who told Minato to die? Once Minato died, Orochimaru was the most likely to inherit the position of Hokage. The old shaman of the third generation would not let a guy who was not under his control inherit the position of Hokage, so he found a reason to take people to destroy Orochimaru's secret base, and from then on, Orochimaru became a rebel. Quote. Guy was surprised to hear this. As the third Hokage, so sinister. Guy has never joined Anbu, and the missions he accepted are all very positive, such as escorting employers, protecting dignitaries, protecting nobles. But do these things make money? The real money-making missions and commissions are assassinations. And these missions will not appear on the commission list of bright-side ninjas like Guy. Most of them are accepted and completed by Anbu. The existence of Anbu has brought a lot of income to Konoha village. This is the main reason why the third generation keeps Danzo. What do you think? The guy who can suppress the ambitious Danzo for a lifetime, that old guy is very smart. Do you know why Danzo dare not provoke the third Hokage at all? Guy shook his head. Kakashi was also a little curious, and he didn't know why. Quote. Quote. Although the Hyuga clan and the Uchiha clan are known as the two famous families in Konoha, a famous family is a famous family, but it does not mean that the famous family is the strongest. Do you know how many ninjas there are in the entire Konoha village? Kakashi said. This is very important information. No one except Lord Hokage should know it. Every ninja village will not put all its strength on the surface. If the enemy village knows the specific number of ninjas, and then based on the number of casualties, it can calculate the number of remaining ninjas. If this information is leaked to other ninja villages, there may be a risk of destruction for this village. Advertisement. After all, the unknown is the most terrifying. If a full-scale war is launched, Konoha village can mobilize about 15,000 ninjas. Zan Yan, there are too many enemies. Let's break through first. Uchiha Shisui and Uchiha Itachi couldn't help but smile when they heard the answers of the two people. 3,000 people, this number is really too much, no matter how you try to explain it, it is not acceptable. Open black lens bracket 013507014 Philo 182,522,120. Kakashi and Guy were surprised. 15,000 is indeed a lot. How many ninjas are recruited and graduated by the ninja school every year? 1 or 200 at most. Kakashi and Uchiha's faces changed. They didn't expect that they had just left the village for a while, and Root would attack so blatantly. Do you think that the old guy of the third generation is selfless? I don't know how much he has embezzled over the years, all for the purpose of training his own family's ninjas. This is the main reason why even the ambitious Danzo who has mastered the Anbu route has to be honest in front of the third generation. 1. He also used his position to retain the power of his family to a great extent even in the war. It is not an exaggeration to say that the third Hokage can be said to be the biggest borer in Konoha village. The population of these three families combined is at least 1,000 people. If you add in the miscellaneous ones, the Sarutobi family's military strength in Konoha village accounts for about 10% of the main force. Sure enough, just as Uchiha Zan Yan finished speaking, a large number of 1.2 ninjas wearing Anbu masks appeared from all directions and surrounded Uchiha Zan Yan and his men. Received. This does not include the families that are completely loyal to the Sarutobi family, such as the Nara family, the Akamaiki family, and the Yamanaka family. Uchiha Zan Yan said calmly, it looks like they are ready to take action. It is very likely that Uchiha Zan Yan threatened his rule, so he resorted to this desperate measure. Kakashi and Guy's eyes widened, with a look of disbelief. Advertisement. Guy guessed. It should be 500 people. Quote. Kakashi and Guy were extremely shocked when they heard this. They didn't expect that the kind-hearted third Hokage actually secretly trained so many family ninjas. If 1,000 people are barely acceptable. Uchiha Zan Yan raised the corners of his mouth and told the two people with a smile, 3,000 people. At least 3,000 people. What? Anbu. It takes 10 years to recruit 1 or 2,000 ninjas. With the huge losses in the war, there are still 15,000 ninjas. This number is still quite amazing. The two of them felt even worse about the third Hokage and the Konoha high-level officials. The two of them had felt that the Konoha high-level officials had gone too far in suppressing Uchiha Zan Yan and the Uchiha clan without reason. Now it seems that the suppression actually benefited the third Hokage. Kakashi and Guy's guesses were similar to their previous guesses. So many. Kakashi said. About 800 people. How could Danzo be afraid of such a small number? Kakashi and Guy were not stupid. When they saw the eagle in the sky, they immediately understood that they were being monitored. Kakashi saw that there were too many enemies. The number of Anbu ninjas exceeded 1,000. Because of the cruel training of Anbu ninjas, each of them is a very strong elite. Uchiha Zan Yan smiled and shook his head and said, no, you don't have to take action, Shisui, these guys have taught you everything. Root. Uchiha Zan Yan looked up at the sky, and an eagle was flying in the sky. Guess how many of these 15,000 people are from the Sarutobi clan? Single quote quote. Advertisement. Chapter 256. The Power of Devil Fruit. Advertisement. Uchiha Shisui was excited. Finally, some decent opponents came. Kakashi and Guy were a little confused. What a joke. Although they also heard that Uchiha Shisui was very strong, no matter how strong he was, he could not be an opponent in the face of absolute advantage in numbers. Uchiha Zan Yan saw the worries of Kakashi and Guy, and smiled calmly. Don't worry, Shisui is very strong. It's time to let you see another special power we have obtained. At this moment, Shua. A huge barrier was created, surrounding Uchiha Zan Yan and others. Humph. Uchiha Zan Yan, we know you can use Flying Thunder God technique, but this barrier can isolate your Flying Thunder God technique coordinates, and now you can't escape. The leader spoke. Uchiha Zan Yan sensed it. Indeed, he could no longer sense the coordinates of the Flying Thunder God technique, but Uchiha Zan Yan was not panicked at all. Tisk tisk. It seems that you are really well prepared. Quote. Get started. Anbu has always been a man of action, never talking nonsense, and never giving the enemy a chance to talk nonsense. Crack. 14. Uchiha Shisui's body turned into a flash of lightning, and in an instant he rushed into the crowd of Anbu. What? The body turned into lightning. Shisui pointed his finger at the Anbu ninjas on both sides. 30 million volts discharge. Crack, crack. 2 huge lightning bolts fell among these people. Wah. Shisui threw a kunai. ZZZ. Advertisement. The kunai was wrapped with an explosive tag. Boom 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 boom. The explosive tags exploded in succession. Oh no. Kakashi and Guy's faces changed when they saw this. Shisui was adopted by Uchiha Zan Yan, so the two of them knew Shisui. Did he kill her? Thunderbird. The voice of Uchiha Shisui came from the smoke of the explosion. Crack. A lightning bird rushed out from the smoke of the explosion. The Anbu ninja immediately changed their fighting style, and built earth walls in front of the Thunder Wolf. Boom boom boom. All the earth walls were shattered by lightning. Wah! Thunder Dragon. Shisui's body emitted lightning, forming a thunder dragon, and rushed towards the Anbu ninja. God's judgment. The difference is that devil fruit has no hereditary ability and its properties are relatively simple. But, this is too powerful. Guy was stunned. He could release a lot of lightning with ease, just like Thor. Apart from anything else, this handsomeness alone is incomparable. What's more, the power is so strong. Don't care. Go kill Uchiha Zanyan. He is our main target this time. Many Anbu members rushed towards Uchiha Zanyan. Guy and Kakashi immediately prepared to take action. Hee. Danzo is still so conceited. Do you think you can deal with me with these minions? It seems that I haven't appeared for a year and a half, and the ninja world has forgotten me now. Quote. Zanyan clenched his fist. KY. Zanyan, Shisui's, isn't a ninjutsu. Dense cracks appeared in the air. What is this? Advertisement. In fact, our chakra was also born from a fruit at the beginning, the chakra fruit of the sacred tree, and finally inherited from generation to generation. This is also the main reason why we ninjas can use chakra. Quote. Wow. Except for Uchiha Zanyan and Uchiha Itachi, everyone was stunned. Open black lens bracket 013507014 filo 182,522,230. The terrifying force of the shock swept forward, and countless people were shaken and vomited blood. The ground shook violently, making many people unstable, and a huge crack appeared on the ground. Shisui formed lightning with his wrist and released it into the air, and then under the bright sky, a huge lightning pillar fell from the sky. But Uchiha, what is Shisui? He can release such powerful lightning without making hand seals, as if he is lightning. Kakashi and Guy's mouths twitched when they heard this. It can easily trigger an earthquake. Isn't this too terrible? An earthquake is an extremely terrifying natural disaster. Boom. Itachi shook his head and said, Brother Zanyan told me to wait for a while, and soon there will be a devil fruit suitable for me. Well, that is not a ninjutsu, that is the power of devil fruit, a fruit that can give you special powers after eating it. Shisui ate Logia devil fruit, Shang. She.11. Kakashi and Guy were confused again. What? Eating a fruit can give you such a powerful power, isn't it too outrageous? Crack. What about you? What devil fruit did you eat? Kakashi looked at Uchiha Shisui in surprise and said Kamui. Lightning chakra needs a long time to condense, and his Reikiri is like this. Kakashi and Guy were confused. Where did Uchiha Zanyan go this year? He actually gained such a terrifying power. Of course, Uchiha Shisui's lightning can also be said to be a natural disaster. Kakashi, Guy, and those Anbu people were frightened again. The power of shock fruit wrapped around Zanyan's fist, forming a 067 white transparent spherical light shield. Zanyan punched forward. Boom. Itachi explained. Shock fruit, Paramesh's strongest devil fruit. It can easily trigger an earthquake. Advertisement. Chapter 257. My talent is average. Advertisement. Uchiha Zanyan used the razor and instantly appeared in the crowd of Anbu ninjas. The fist that condensed the power of the shock fruit smashed towards the ground. Exclamation mark quote. Boom. The terrifying shock force easily tore the earth apart. Whoa. Boom. The explosive power of the big ball Rasenshuriken was like a small nuclear bomb, which left many Anbu members with nowhere to hide, and even the barrier was destroyed by this attack. Itachi, Kakashi, and Guy also joined the battle, and under the attack of several people. After a while, all the Anbu members fell to the ground. Uchiha Zanyan looked at the fallen man and said calmly, Tell Danzo not to worry, enjoy this last moment, I will come back to pick his brain in person soon. After that, Uchiha Zanyan turned around and led his men away. Root headquarters, damn you brat. Danzo's face was extremely ugly. He didn't expect that he had sent 1,000 Anbu ninjas and combined with the barrier, thinking that it was foolproof, but he actually failed. Those were his subordinates that he had spent a lot of time and money to secretly cultivate. This time, he lost half of his manpower at once. This caused him to suffer a heavy loss. And what the brat said at the end, a mere brat dared to speak to him like that, he deserved to die. You mean they used other powers? Yes. Uchiha Shisui can use the power of thunder and lightning, and the whole person can be transformed into thunder and lightning, and can release terrifying thunder and lightning without making hand seals. Uchiha Zanyan can cause earthquakes with a punch, this is definitely not the power of ninjutsu. Danzo's face was solemn when he heard this. Where did the Uchiha clan go? They actually got other powers. Damn it. Second Hokage was right. The Uchiha clan is a disaster and must be eliminated early. It was a pity a year ago. He had forced the Uchiha clan to rebel, but they ran away. Humph. Uchiha Zanyan, you will die when you come back. Danzo didn't take Uchiha Zanyan's threat seriously. He felt that he could kill Uchiha Zanyan. This time he was too careless. He didn't expect that these Anbu he had worked hard to train were all trash. If he had known, he would have taken action himself. Hokage building an Anbu member reported everything he saw to the third Hokage. The third Hokage lit the tobacco of the pipe, took a deep breath, and looked at the smoke. Third Hokage Hokage's eyes narrowed slightly. What power did this brat get? Advertisement. When he saw Uchiha Zanyan's Conqueror's Haki, he felt that the brat was hiding something, and now he has indeed shown a different power. Lightning. Earthquake, 013507014 Fulu 182,522,340. Have you sent people to continue tracking? He now wants to know where the Uchiha clan is hiding. Yes, 10 top Anbu ninjas have been sent to track them. They are all good at hiding and tracking. Uchiha Zanyan and the others will definitely not find them. Quote. Shisui asked. Brother Zanyan, aren't we going to kill those guys who are following us? Follow. Kakashi and Guy were stunned. They didn't feel anyone following them at all. Shisui explained. This is observation haki. My observation haki has a more special ability because it is integrated with my devil fruit ability. Within a radius of 10 kilometers, their positions are as conspicuous as light bulbs in my perception. Not only that, I can also hear what they are talking about. There are a total of 15 people following us now. 10 of them are Anbu members sent by the third Hokage, and 5 are root people. Kakashi and Guy opened their mouths wide when they heard Shisui's words. Doesn't that mean, no one can hide in front of you? This observation haki is too powerful. Advertisement. Many of the attacks of ninjas come from ambushes and sneak attacks. Uchiha Shisui's monitoring range is 10 kilometers, which is really terrifying. Zanyan, can we learn this too? Uchiha Zanyan smiled and nodded and said, well, you can learn it too, but because the rules of the world are a little different, you can't learn it for the time being. Learn the breathing method first. Uchiha Zanyan taught the breathing method to the two people. Kakashi learned the thunder breathing method and Guy learned the rock breathing method. Kakashi is good at lightning style. With the thunder breathing, the speed can be faster. Thunder breathing and lightning style ninjutsu are also very compatible, and the power of using ninjutsu is also stronger. Guy is good at physical skills. Rock breathing Rhino is powerful and very suitable for a fool like Guy who likes to exercise muscles. This breathing method is amazing. Did you create it, Yang? Guy practiced rock breathing. In just 3 days, Guy successfully completed the full concentration of breathing methods. This is all thanks to the inhuman training that this idiot has received. This makes Guy's lungs extremely strong, stronger than the Demon Slayer core who have practiced breathing techniques for many years. Only the pillars of Demon Slayer can compare. Kakashi is a little behind in learning this, but he learns very quickly. I believe he will be able to complete the full concentration. It won't take long. Both of them felt the power of this breathing method. It can actually improve their basic qualities. It's too powerful. Zanyan shook his head and said, no, I have average talent and can't create such a heaven-defying skill. Advertisement. Chapter 258 Heavenly Way Pain. Advertisement. Several people were speechless when they heard what Uchiha Zanyan said. You have average talent. If you have average talent, then what are they, born fools? They didn't know that Uchiha Zanyan said this because he really thought so in his heart. He admired ninjas like Second Hokage and Orochimaru who had a scientific spirit and could create various powerful ninjutsu. But he admired Yuichi Sugikoku the most for creating the breathing method. Although the breathing method seemed to be the most ordinary one among these powers, it was indeed a breakthrough from 0 to 1. Not only that, the breathing method comprehensively improved physical fitness without any side effects. Physical fitness is the foundation. Any strong person must be built on a strong foundation. So Uchiha Zanyan felt that the importance of breathing methods was no less than that of ninjutsu haki. From birth to now, he, Uchiha Zanyan, has not created any serious ninjutsu or any powerful moves. He was completely taking 397 as an example. He took other people's powerful things and used them for himself, and then through the cooperation of various forces, he has his current strength. He is not a creator, at most a solution integrator. But he doesn't think there is anything wrong. Creating a ninjutsu may take a very long time, and the power created may not be very strong. For example, Orochimaru, who is so smart, spent a long time to create the immortal technique. He doesn't have so much time, and there are so many excellent things, why doesn't he use them directly? Integrating all the powerful things together is not very powerful. So far, no one has been able to make him fully fired, and he doesn't know how strong he is now. If it is not necessary, he doesn't want to fire at full power. He is afraid that from then on, he will have no fun in life. The one who created the breathing method is a man named Yuichi Sugikoku. He created the sun breathing, and then helped others create the 5 basic breathing methods. Then, all other breathing methods evolved from the 5 basic breathing methods. Quote. Mr. Sugikoku Yoshichi. He is a natural talent. Advertisement. Okay, although I don't mind these guys following me, I don't want them to follow me either, let's go. Uchiha Zanyan put his palms on the shoulders of Kakashi and Shisui. Kakashi and Shisui also understood what he was going to do, and put their palms on the shoulders of Guy and Itachi respectively. Flying Thunder God Technique. Start. Swoosh. The figures of several people disappeared instantly. This made those who were following from a distance change their faces. Oh no, all the Anbu members who were following came to the place where Uchiha Zanyan just disappeared. It's Flying Thunder God Technique. That guy used Flying Thunder God Technique to teleport away. Did this guy notice something? Uchiha Zanyan is as cunning as a ghost, maybe he really found out. Quote. Captain, what should we do now? Where should we continue to track? Send someone to report to the Hokage. We will follow the direction they left and continue to track. Yes, swoosh. Uchiha Zanyan quickly arrived at the destination after several consecutive Flying Thunder God Technique moves. At that time, Uchiha Zanyan almost ran all over the ninja world and left the mark of Flying Thunder God technique everywhere in the ninja world. This is Rain Country. It was drizzling in the sky. Kakashi recognized the geographical location here. Rain Country has its own ninja village. In particular, Hanzo of the Salamander, who was known as a demigod in the Second Ninja World War, established the Rain Shinobi village and once fought with Konoha village. In the end, although Konoha won the battle, it could not defeat Hanzo of the Salamander. 013507014 Feilu 182,522,440. The title of Konoha Sannin is also Hanzo of the Salamander was given to Orochimaru, Jiraiya and Tsunade. So since then, Konoha village has never sent anyone to perform tasks here. After all, for a village with its own country, except for those countries that do not have their own ninja villages, foreign ninjas coming here to perform tasks is tantamount to provocation and may even cause war. Advertisement. In short, ninjas from the Fire Country cannot go to other 5 major ninja countries to perform tasks. If they are discovered, they will be treated as spies. Zan Yan nodded and said, "That's right. Is Orochimaru hiding here? I don't know about this. My teacher is born to hide. Even I can't find him, but there should be someone here who can contact him." Quote. Uchiha Zan Yan walked towards the direction of Rain Shinobi village. At this time, on a high tower in Rain Shinobi village, a man wearing a black-bottomed fire cloud robe, with orange hair and a Cloud Shinobi village rebel forehead protector on his forehead. The most conspicuous thing is this person's eyes, purple, with 10 circles of rings inside. This is the most powerful Rinnegan, with eyes that have the power to control life and death. And this person is the leader of the Akatsuki organization, Tendo Pain. Pain opened his eyes and looked into the distance. Pain, what's wrong? Standing aside, the only female member of the Akatsuki organization, Konan, saw Pain's unusual movement and couldn't help asking. Tendo Pain frowned and said lightly, "Someone is coming. Is it an invader? I don't know, but the other party is very powerful, this kind of chakra, this is the first time I feel it." Quote. Tendo Pain's face was also very solemn. Through the rain, he clearly felt that the person coming had a powerful and dangerous chakra. Conan's face couldn't help but become serious when he heard what Pain said. "Do you need to notify other members?" "No, let's go and see what the other party's purpose is." When Uchiha Zanyan and others came to the front of Rain Shinobi village, Pain and Konan were already waiting in front. Pain and Konan also saw Kakashi's forehead protector, which was the symbol of Konoha village ninja, which means that the person coming was a ninja from Konoha village. Tendo Pain stared at Uchiha Zanyan and said, "Konoha's ninja, what is your purpose here?" Advertisement. Chapter 259 I don't like hitting women. Advertisement. Those eyes. Could it be? Kakashi's expression changed when he saw Tendo Pain's eyes. How is it possible? What's wrong? Kakashi. Guy couldn't help but ask when he saw Kakashi's shocked look. His eyes are the legendary Rinnegan. Guy was a little confused. Uchiha Zanyan explained. That is the Rinnegan, one of the 3 major eye techniques. The other 2 are the Byakugan of the Hyuga clan and the Sharingan of our Uchiha clan. However, among the 3 major eye techniques, the highest level is still the Rinnegan, because the Rinnegan has the highest eye power to control life and death. In short, it can bring the dead back to life. Resurrection of the dead. Even Kakashi was shocked. He only knew some information about the Rinnegan. He deduced that the other party's eyes were Rinnegan based on the shape of the other party's eyes. "Hello, I am Orochimaru's disciple. Can you help to bring a message to Orochimaru? Just say that I want to see him." Quote. Orochimaru's apprentice. "It's you." Konan's expression changed when he heard Uchiha Zanyan say that. "What's wrong? Konan. Who is he?" Tendo Pain saw Konan's expression and knew that Konan knew the other party's identity. "It's him. Sword God. Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan." Although their Rain Shinobi village did not participate in the Third Ninja World War, he had also heard that Konoha village had 2 masters in the Third Ninja World War. One is the deceased 4th Hokage Namikaze Minato, and the other is Uchiha Zanyan from the Yi Mingmen Uchiha clan. Advertisement. Especially Uchiha Zanyan, who was less than 10 years old at the time, had already frightened the enemy on the battlefield, but then there was no news for a long time. Konan asked in confusion. "Didn't your Uchiha clan disappear a year ago? Why did it appear again?" "Don't worry about it. I'm here to find Orochimaru teacher. I don't want to conflict with you. Just tell me where Orochimaru is." Single quote. Tien Dao Pain was a little unhappy when he heard this. It has been a long time since anyone dared to speak to him in such an ordering tone. "I don't know, you are not welcome here, please leave immediately, otherwise I will treat you as an intruder. I really just came to find Orochimaru. Just tell me where Orochimaru is, and we will leave immediately." Now Orochimaru is a member of our Akatsuki organization. Do you think I, as a leader, will sell out the information of my subordinates? I limit you to 10 seconds to leave immediately. If you don't leave, you will never leave. Uchiha Zanyan sighed helplessly. "Hey, really, I really just want to know where Orochimaru is, and I don't want to cause trouble for him. How can such a simple truth not be communicated to you? Plus, I have always loved peace, but there are always some people who need to rely on fists to communicate, and I can't do anything about it." Quote. Quote. Tien Dao Pain has already made seals with both hands at this time. Summoning technique. Bang 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 bang. 5 figures appeared beside Tendo Pain. All of them had the same Rinnegan as Tendo Pain, and there were many black sticks on their faces. So many Rinnegan owners appeared again. How is this possible? Kakashi couldn't believe it. Rinnegan is the supreme eye. It was incredible that one appeared, and so many appeared at the same time. Not really. These people are just puppets. There is only one person who really has Rinnegan. Moreover, those eyes don't actually belong to him. They are just deposited with him by others. What did you say? Advertisement. Conan's face changed when she heard this. She didn't expect that the other party could see through Pain's true and false at a glance. He actually knew that these Pains were all puppets. And what Uchiha Zan Yan said at the end made her very concerned. Tiandao Pain paused for a moment, and then continued the countdown. Open black lens bracket. 0135070145 Filu1825222540. No matter what the other party knows, as long as he is caught and tortured, everything will be known. Brother Zan Yan, I will deal with this guy. Shisui looked at Pain and was a little excited. The fight just now was just a drizzle for him. Although the ninja strength of the root was not weak, it did not bring him any sense of threat. And the guy in front of him, Shisui could feel that the opponent was very strong, even he needed to go all out to deal with it. There are too many of them. I can deal with one. Kakashi said with a serious face. His physical fitness has improved significantly in the past 3 days, which gave Kakashi more room for operation in the battle. His own strength has not improved a little bit, it is not an exaggeration to say that it has doubled. This is the benefit of improving the basic physical condition. 0. I can deal with 1 too. Guy is also like this, his strength has greatly improved, but now Guy doesn't know armament hockey and observation hockey. When Guy knows armament hockey and observation hockey, coupled with the recovery power of the devil blood, he will be the invincible Guy. I can deal with 1 too. Uchiha Itachi said. Itachi grew very fast in a year and a half, and his Mangekyo Sharingan pupil power increased rapidly. Uchiha Itachi only showed the 3rd stage of Susanoo in the anime. That was not Itachi's limit, but his body and eyes could only support him to open the 3rd stage. At that time, Itachi's body was much worse than Whitebeard in the Battle of the Top. If Itachi's body was intact, he could have opened Susanoo to its full form long ago. Forget it, let me do it. You guys can deal with that woman. Hey, several people were a little unhappy when they heard this. It was obvious that this guy with Rinnegan was stronger. He wanted to try whether his Mangekyo Sharingan was stronger or his Rinnegan was stronger. The reason given by Uchiha Zan Yan was very hardcore. I don't like to hit women, especially beautiful women. Advertisement. Chapter 260. Pain vs Uchiha Zan Yan. Advertisement. Several people looked at Uchiha Zan Yan speechlessly. Why do you sound like they like beating women? Kakashi complained. Scumbag. Uchiha Zan Yan smiled without any concern. Others may come in a while, and you will deal with them then. The countdown is over. You, all stay here. Heavenly Wei Pain didn't intend to let the other party fight against each other, he wanted to kill all of them. Open hollow corner bracket summoning technique hyphenation point hell crab close hollow corner bracket. Animal Wei Pain pressed his palm on the ground, and a huge hell crab was summoned. Then he opened his mouth and spit out a foam gun at Uchiha Zan Yan and others, and a large amount of foam appeared, covering the vision of Uchiha Zan Yan and others. 883, Uchiha Zan Yan lightly smashed his fist. Crack. Bang bang bang. All the bubbles burst. Bang. A huge hell crab rushed to Uchiha Zan Yan, and its huge claws clamped towards Uchiha Zan Yan's body. Crack. The huge claws loaded on Uchiha Zan Yan's waist, and then another huge claw clamped towards Uchiha Zan Yan's neck, about to clamp Uchiha Zan Yan's neck. Kakashi and Guy's faces changed when they saw this scene. They were about to help, but then they found that although Uchiha Zan Yan was clamped, he didn't seem to have any expression of pain. Clang. The rack clamped Uchiha Zan Yan's neck, but Uchiha Zan Yan seemed to be fine. Pain and Conan were also a little confused at this time. What was this guy's body made of? The hell crab didn't even clamp this guy's neck. Hey, you want to clamp someone's head right away. Isn't it a bit too rude? Buzz. Uchiha Zan Yan clenched his fist, and the vibration force wrapped around his fist. Then Uchiha Zan Yan smashed the hell crab out of thin air. Dash exclamation mark quote. Crack crack. A large number of cracks appeared in the air. Then a terrifying shock wave fell on the body of the hell crab. Boom. Advertisement. Crack, crack. Dense cracks suddenly appeared on the body of the hell crab. The powerful shock wave rushed directly towards Pain and Conan. Several people quickly jumped up to avoid this strong shock wave. Boom boom. Crack. The ground shook violently, and a huge crack appeared on the earth, extending to the distance. Earthquake. Is it some special blood limit? Pain planned to observe carefully. The other party was the first guy who gave him a sense of danger in these years. Open hollow corner bracket summoning technique hellhound close hollow corner bracket. The beastly path Pain once again summoned a huge 3-headed hellhound, which ran towards Uchiha Zan Yan and opened its mouth to bite Zan Yan. I don't want to get stained with dog saliva. Who knows if this thing has rabies? Quote. When the 3 hellhounds were about to reach Uchiha Zan Yan's fist was wrapped with the power of shock fruit, and he punched straight. Exclamation mark quote. Crack. The 3 hellhounds were knocked back by the strong vibration force. Boom, boom. A large area of buildings were smashed by the three hellhounds. Then, the three hellhounds grew several more heads, and then quickly dispersed to form individual giant wolves. They rushed towards Uchiha Zanyan from all directions. Oh, it can actually split, very interesting. Uchiha Zanyan stepped on his feet, rushed to a giant wolf, and punched the giant wolf on the forehead. Exclamation mark quote. Crack. 14. Exclamation mark quote. Kakashi couldn't help but speak when he saw this scene. He knew that Uchiha Zanyan was a monster since he was a child, but how come he became even more of a monster now? Advertisement. Boom. 14. Asterisk. A huge bullfighting rushed towards Uchiha Zanyan like a tank, and the terrifying momentum seemed to smash everything in front of it. No matter how the bullfighting bull struggled, Uchiha Zanyan didn't move at all. The huge power gap can be imagined. Conan was a little unbelievable when he saw the powerful force of Uchiha Zanyan's fist. The body of the giant wolf shattered directly. Give it back to you. What a terrifying guy. Uchiha Zanyan stood still, raised his palm and easily blocked the impact of the huge bull. Conan couldn't believe it. Could it be that this young man's strength was greater than that of the bullfighting bull? Uchiha Zanyan threw the huge bull towards Tendo Pain. Crack, crack. Then Uchiha Zanyan quickly attacked several giant wolves in succession. Almost every attack was accompanied by a strong vibration force, and the space seemed to be shattered. 14. This monster. Uchiha Zanyan actually grabbed the sharp horns of the bull with one hand. Uchiha Zanyan punched back without looking back. The bullfighting bull roared in shock and anger, and its body kept struggling, but the minister's body was like a toy in the hands of Zebo Zian, who was 0.4 points smaller. The scene where Uchiha Zanyan was knocked away did not appear. Soon she confirmed her thoughts. A chameleon appeared, then became invisible, and attacked from behind Uchiha Zanyan. Conan and Pain were also shocked. What the hell is this guy? He can actually lift the bullfighting bull easily. Is this guy a monster? The chameleon figure slowly emerged, and fell to the ground with blood spitting out of his mouth. The giant wolf could not withstand Zanyan's attack and turned into smoke and dissipated. Uchiha Zanyan held the bull's horns and turned them wildly, and the huge bull's eyes were dizzy. Open hollow corner bracket summoning technique chameleon close hollow corner bracket. Boom, boom. How is this possible? Then Uchiha Zanyan raised his foot and kicked another giant wolf in the face. Bang. Open hollow corner bracket summoning technique bullfighting close hollow corner bracket. Advertisement. Chapter 261 Hockey is unrivaled. Advertisement. Tendo Pain stood still. Open hollow corner bracket summoning technique stone panda close hollow corner bracket. A huge stone statue in the shape of a panda stood in front of Tendo Pain. Boom. Crack. The stone panda statue shattered. Bang. The bullfight also disappeared. Swish. Uchiha Zanyan suddenly appeared in front of the animal path Pain. So fast. Tendo Pain's expression condensed. Uchiha Zanyan's speed was too fast. His eyes had seen Uchiha Zanyan through the shared vision, but he wanted to control it because the black stick was indirectly controlled, so there was a little delay, which made the animal path Pain almost nowhere to hide. Uchiha Zanyan's fist was wrapped with vibration force, and Uchiha Zanyan's fist hit the animal path Pain almost without any interval. Dash exclamation mark quote. Crack, crack, boom. The powerful vibration force caused the animal path Pain to bleed from all 7 orifices in an instant, and all the internal organs of his body were shattered by this vibration force, including the black stick in his body that transmitted the signal. A huge pit appeared on the ground. Quote. The animal path Pain was killed so easily. This young man has a lot of experience. The heaven path Pain said lightly. It seems that I also need to be serious. In this world, there is only one God, and that is me. Swish, swish, swish. Several Pains stood around Uchiha Zanyan and surrounded Uchiha Zanyan. The Asura path separated his wrist and arm, pulled out a string of missiles from the cut on his arm, and aimed at Uchiha Zanyan and fired. Uchiha Zanyan punched behind him without looking back. Advertisement. Dash exclamation mark quote. Crack, crack, boom, boom, boom. The vibration force swept through the missiles and detonated them directly in midair. Hido Pain took the opportunity to rush to Uchiha Zanyan and grabbed Uchiha Zanyan's arms with both hands. Tendo Pain had already discovered that although Uchiha Zanyan could use the powerful vibration force without seals, he had to wrap the force around his fists and feet every time he used it. The interval between the 2 times was about 3 seconds, and the longer the charging time, the stronger the power. 3 seconds was enough for a ninja to die several times, and even more so for him. Hido Pain grabbed Uchiha Zanyan's arms with both hands and then started Chakra Devour. Just when Hido Pain had just grabbed Uchiha Zanyan's arms, Uchiha Zanyan quickly raised his foot and kicked Kido's lower body. All the men present felt their bodies tighten when they saw this scene. As a man, they can understand men best. That kind of pain is hard to explain. Anyway, it is that kind of indescribable pain. Uchiha Zanyan is too cruel. As a man, he even uses this trick. Uchiha Zanyan didn't think about that. The powerful kick made Hido Pain fly directly, his body rushed into the air, and then fell to the ground motionless. Although the kick just now did not add any vibration force, Uchiha Zanyan's own strength should not be underestimated. Human Pain took this opportunity to come behind Uchiha Zanyan and pressed his palm on the back of Uchiha Zanyan's head. Human pain has the ability to extract souls, which is also one of the abilities of Rinnegan. As long as you press the opponent's head or other parts with your hand, you can instantly extract the opponent's soul. The person whose soul is extracted will die immediately. The speed of extracting the soul is related to the strength of the target's chakra. Snap. As soon as his palm reached the back of Uchiha Zanyan's head, Uchiha Zanyan grabbed Renjiandao's wrist. I don't like people touching my head, especially men. Crack. Uchiha Zanyan squeezed hard, and Renjiandao Pain's wrist was broken. Then Zanyan flicked his finger, and a dazzling lightning chakra blade appeared. Puff. The chakra blade chopped casually, and Renjiandao's body was directly torn in the middle. This cruel scene made Kakashi and Guy's eyes twitch. Sure enough, Uchiha Zanyan was still the same Uchiha Zanyan, and he was still so cruel to his enemies. Shiradao Pain rushed towards Uchiha Zanyan and hit him directly. Uchiha Zanyan also clenched his fist to meet him. 013507014 Filu 182,532,170. Boom. Advertisement. Shiradao Pain and Uchiha Zanyan collided fists. Crack, crack, crack. Armament hockey wrapped around Uchiha Zanyan's fist, easily smashed Shiradao Pain's fist. Snap. Shiradao Pain suddenly grew 4 more arms, and the 2 arms on his left hand grabbed Uchiha Zanyan's wrists. Crack, crack. Shiradao Pain's head split apart, like a robot, and aimed his head at Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan raised his foot and kicked the guy's head. Crack, crack. Shiradao Pain's 3 arms on his right hand blocked, 2 of which exploded, and the remaining arm blocked Uchiha Zanyan's foot in front. Energy condensed, and a laser cannon shot at Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan quickly leaned back, and then kicked Shiradao Pain on the chin. When the laser cannon was about to hit Uchiha Zanyan, it was instantly kicked by Uchiha Zanyan and changed its direction. Crack. Uchiha Zanyan didn't show any mercy with this kick. With the powerful force and armament hockey, he directly broke the hungry Kido's neck. Crack. Uchiha Zanyan wrapped the lightning chakra on his palm and stabbed it into Shiradao Pain's body. Then Uchiha Zanyan made a strong upward stroke. Crash, crash. The upper body of Shiradao Pain was directly cut open and turned into parts on the ground. Open hollow corner bracket summoning technique Yatadori close hollow corner bracket. A big bird rushed towards Uchiha Zanyan at a rapid speed and stabbed at Uchiha Zanyan with its sharp beak. Uchiha Zanyan clenched his fist, covered and wrapped with armament hockey, and blasted directly at the big bird's beak. Bang! Gah! The big bird's sharp beak was directly punched back by Uchiha Zanyan, and the big bird's head exploded directly. Advertisement. Chapter 262 Only one left. Advertisement. That's it. Kakashi and others suddenly found that the animal path Pain who had just died suddenly resurrected. They looked in one direction and saw that not far away, a huge Hades was summoned at some point. The huge Hades opened its mouth and a person walked out of it. It was the human path Pain who was just split in half by Uchiha Zanyan with the chakra blade. Then, the hungry Kido Pain who was kicked away by Uchiha Zanyan was thrown into the mouth of the Hades by the hell path Pain. After a while, the mouth of the Hades opened, and the hungry Kido Pain also walked out of the mouth of the Hades intact. So far, except for the Shira path Pain who was just disassembled as a part by Uchiha Zanyan, all the other killed Pains have been resurrected. Guy said in surprise, that thing can actually revive them. Kakashi's face darkened slightly. He didn't expect the opponent's strength to be so strong and so difficult. If you want to get rid of those guys, you must get rid of that guy first. Uchiha Zanyan also noticed this. I forgot that there is this trick. It's so troublesome. I just came to find teacher Orochimaru. Uchiha Zanyan also prepared to get rid of Hell Road first, otherwise the endless resurrection will only become more troublesome. Just when Zanyan was about to take action, Tendo Pain took action. I can't let you continue to be so presumptuous. Universal pull. A gravitational force directly acted on Uchiha Zanyan's body, and Uchiha Zanyan's body was pulled uncontrollably towards Tendo Pain. Uchiha Zanyan did not resist, and took advantage of the situation to instantly wrap the power of shock fruit around his fist, and then smashed it in the direction of Tendo Pain. Exclamation mark quote. Crackling crackling. The air was once again Uchiha Zanyan smashed out a crack. Tendo Pain's face changed when he saw this. The death of the other Pains had perfectly demonstrated how powerful Uchiha Zanyan's vibration force was. He couldn't take it head on. If all the black sticks on his body that were responsible for the connection were shattered, he would have no way to control Tendo Pain, and naturally he couldn't create black sticks. Shinra Tensai. Tendo Pain launched Shinra Tensai, and a powerful repulsive force spread out to the surroundings with himself as the center. Cracks appeared on the ground under Tendo Pain's feet. Boom. Advertisement. The powerful vibration force collided with the repulsive force. Boom boom. The vibration force was finally bounced off, and the direction changed, and a deep crack was shaken out on the ground. Did it bounce off? It's worthy of being a Rinnegan. The single wheel power level is indeed higher than the Devil Fruits level. Quote. It looks like I really need to put in some effort. Quote. Open hollow corner bracket Mangekyo Sharingan close hollow corner bracket. Open. Uchiha Zanyan's eyes turned into Mangekyo Sharingan, and the pentagram array shone in his blood-red eyes. Open hollow corner bracket transparent world close hollow corner bracket. Open. Uchiha Zanyan opened the transparent world, and the insight of Mangekyo Sharingan was improved again. Open hollow corner bracket sage mode close hollow corner bracket. Open. Uchiha Zanyan activated Sage Mode, and Eye Shadow appeared on the corners of his eyes. Open hollow corner bracket lightning style chakra mode close hollow corner bracket. Open. Rich blue chakra energy appeared around Uchiha Zanyan's body. Crack. Uchiha Zanyan's body disappeared instantly, causing Tendopen to lose his target. Open hollow corner bracket universal pull close hollow corner bracket. In a blink of an eye, of the 6 paths of pain, only heaven path pain was left. Hell was destroyed, so there was no way to revive other pens. This was undoubtedly a big mistake. Just standing there, everyone felt that they had been locked in and might become the target of attack in the next second. 0135070145 Filu 182,532,280. Boom. Open hollow corner bracket thunder breathing close hollow corner bracket. Open. Kakashi and Guy looked at Uchiha Zanyan in shock. It was the first time for them to see Uchiha Zanyan activate so many buffs. Boom. Puff. Advertisement. Dazzling arcs of electricity wrapped around Uchiha Zanyan's body and jumped. When he didn't activate any buffs, he was already a monster, and now he has completely turned into a super monster. In just a moment, Jigoku Pain's head disappeared. Boom. Tiandao Pain's face also became solemn. This guy's strength is very strong, and he must be taken seriously. At this time, Uchiha Zanyan's buff was almost fully activated, and the power he exuded was very terrifying. Just the sense of oppression he exuded made it difficult for people to breathe. Even if it is Rinnegan, it still needs an adaptation period. But the scary thing is that this guy is not holding the sword at all now. Open hollow corner bracket armament hockey close hollow corner bracket. Observation hockey close hollow corner bracket. Full open. Damn it. Tendopen looked solemn, and then launched Rinnegan with all his strength, replaying what happened before in a slow motion loop. Tendopen launched universal pull against Uchiha Zanyan. When Uchiha Zanyan's arms covered and wrapped around armament hockey, and at the same time observation hockey also activated. Everyone was shocked and looked up, and found that Uchiha Zanyan appeared behind Hell Pen without knowing when, holding Hell Pen's head in his hand. What? Then, Human Path Pain and Hungry Keto Pain were also killed by Uchiha Zanyan one after another. Is this the Sword God, Uchiha Zanyan? Puff. He soon discovered that it was Uchiha Zanyan who had just made a move, and because the speed of the move was too fast, he did not notice it. The body of Animal Path Pain was pierced by Uchiha Zanyan's arm. It was like firing a bullet in front of a high-precision monitor with automatic sensing and tracking turned on. The monitoring screen was captured, but could the people in the monitoring room see it? This is a principle. The lightning around Uchiha Zanyan's body became more dense, and the surrounding ground was shattered. Uchiha Zanyan said with satisfaction, "It's much cleaner now." The earth was plowed into a gap by Uchiha Zanyan's violent speed. Advertisement. Chapter 263 Sword Slashing the Stars. Advertisement. So strong. No, too strong, isn't it? Guy shouted exaggeratedly. He knew Uchiha Zanyan was super strong, but this kind of strength was beyond his imagination. Could he open the 8 inner gates with such strong power and speed? He felt that it was unlikely. You are really powerful. No one can beat me like this. But, don't underestimate me, Tiandao Pain is the strongest pain. Uchiha Zanyan said lightly, I don't underestimate you. There are not many people in the whole ninja world who can let me open 7 buffs. But, you seem to underestimate me a little. What? Tiandao Pain frowned, not understanding what Uchiha Zanyan meant. If you don't underestimate me, why did you only bring one person here? As far as I know, there seem to be many masters in the Akatsuki organization. If you value me enough, you should at least bring all the members of the Akatsuki organization, including all the ninjas from the Rain Shinobi village. It's your arrogance. You naively and arrogantly think that you have Rinnegan, so you must be stronger than me, but who told 247 that your Rinnegan must be better than Sharingan? Quote. As Uchiha Zanyan said this, he removed all the buffs and returned to his normal form, only activating the Mangekyo Sharingan. Uchiha Zanyan clenched his fists, and a white spherical vibration cover condensed on his fists. As the vibration energy continued to condense, the air in the ground began to vibrate violently. Crack, crack. The ground around Uchiha Zanyan's body began to shatter due to the violent vibration. Tendo Pain's face also became solemn, and he began to condense his own chakra. Swish. Uchiha Zanyan rushed towards Tendo Pain quickly. Shinra Tensai. Tendo Pain shouted angrily and released a super strong Shinra Tensai. Exclamation mark quote. The powerful vibration force and repulsion collided with each other. Boom. The ground between the two people began to shatter inch by inch, and all were crushed into dust by the collision of the two forces. Whoa! Bej! The vibration force emitted by Uchiha Zanyan surpassed the repulsion emitted by Tendo Pain. Tendo Pain's body was knocked back. Boom 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 boom. Tendo Pain's body crashed into the Rain Shinobi village, smashing many buildings. Crash crash. Tendo Pain stepped on the debris of the building and walked out. Advertisement. This guy's vibration force is actually superior to my repulsion, and he also knocked me away with the reaction force. As this guy, a monster. I didn't expect that such a powerful monster would be born in the ninja world, but I knew nothing about it. Am I arrogant? But everything is over. Tendo Pain put his hands together. Open hollow corner bracket planetary devastation close hollow corner bracket. Tendo Pain compressed chakra into a high-concentration black sphere with both hands, and then launched it towards the sky above Uchiha Gendon. The black sphere began to expand, forming a huge black sphere. Boom boom. The earth began to break, and large pieces of debris were attracted by the black sphere and flew into the sky. Kakashi and his men quickly evacuated to a distance. Uchiha Zanyan was also sucked into the sky along with the ground. Uchiha Zanyan punched the big ball in the sky. Exclamation mark quote. Boom. Large swaths of the ground broke apart, forming a huge hole. A strong gravitational force appeared, sucking Uchiha Zanyan in. Just after Uchiha Zanyan was sucked in, a large amount of rubble blocked the hole opened by Uchiha Zanyan, and then more and more land was sucked into the air. It lasted for a long time before it calmed down. A huge sphere with a diameter of several thousand meters was suspended in the sky, like a small moon. A huge pit with a huge range and a bottomless depth appeared on the ground. Zanyan. When Guy saw Uchiha Zanyan being sucked in, his face suddenly changed. Advertisement. Kakashi was also very worried at this time, but he immediately began to think about how to rescue Uchiha Zanyan from the huge sphere. Crack, crack. Lightning appeared around Shisui's body, and he was ready to take action. Itachi said calmly. Don't worry, that's Uchiha Zanyan, the strongest person in the history of our Uchiha clan. Single quote. Tendo Pain was also panting heavily at this time. Conan said. Isn't it necessary to do this? This planetary devastation is larger than any planetary devastation Pain has used before. If it was before, I would have thought it was unnecessary, but that was an arrogant idea. To deal with that man, a planetary devastation of this level is necessary. And, compared to the moon created by the legendary Sage of Six Paths, this is simply not worth mentioning. Anyway, finally got rid of the most troublesome guy. Open hollow corner bracket sun breathing one type round dance close hollow corner bracket. Swish. A circular slash was emitted from the inside of the planetary devastation, cutting the planetary devastation directly in half. What? Tendo Pain and Conan's expressions suddenly changed. Shisui and Guy's faces suddenly showed happy smiles, and Kakashi finally breathed a sigh of relief. Zanyan always likes to play such thrilling things. Itachi looked as if he had expected it. The two halves of the small planet suddenly lost their suspension power and began to fall freely under the action of gravity. Boom boom boom. The huge hemisphere fell into the pit, and the ground shook violently, breaking large tracts of land. A huge figure 1,000 meters high appeared in the sky, with orange-yellow armor and wings, and a long sword in his hand burning with flames like the sun, standing in the sky like a huge martial god. What is that? Everyone was shocked to the point of losing their voices when they saw Susanoo in the sky. Advertisement. Chapter 264 Super Hack. Advertisement. So big. Shisui was also shocked when he saw the super huge Susanoo in the sky. Among the Uchiha clan, the strongest Susanoo is Uchiha Zanyan and Uchiha Shisui. But the height of his Susanoo is not even 1/5 of that of Zanyan. Uchiha Itachi's Mangekyo Sharingan has just been open for a year, and now Susanoo can barely open to the third stage, and the height is only more than 20 meters, which is not comparable to Uchiha Zanyan's 1,000-meter Susanoo. Is Zanyan taking drugs? They clearly remember that when they just arrived in that world, Zanyan's Susanoo was only more than 200 meters, and then in the Battle of the Top, a 500-meter Susanoo broke out, and now Susanoo is as high as 1,000 meters. How long has it been? It's only been a year and a half in total. Looking at the changes in Susanoo, they can know how much progress Uchiha Zanyan has made in the past year and a half. No, this is not an improvement, this is simply completely upgraded. Kakashi and Guy were confused at this time. What is this? How come they have never seen it before? Uchiha Zanyan controlled the huge Susanoo and slowly flew to the front of Tendo Pain. Now I would like to ask, where is my teacher Orochimaru? If possible, can you ask him to come over? Tendo Pain remained silent. Pain. Conan hurriedly spoke to Tendo Pain. She did not take the initiative to resist, because the power displayed by Fei Zibo Dong was no longer something she could resist. I know. Tendo Pain said after a moment of silence. Thank you. Uchiha Zanyan smiled slightly, and then he released Susanoo and returned to his original appearance, looking polite, as if nothing had happened before. Tendo Pain looked at Uchiha Zanyan in this posture and couldn't help but clench his fists. He never thought that there was such a terrifying power in the world. The opponent's speed, strength, everything was superior to his own. He had never encountered such a terrifying enemy before. He was unwilling, but there was nothing he could do. This monster was too strong. Advertisement. Moreover, this monster came to Rain Shinobi Village just to find Orochimaru, but ended up destroying this place like this. Shame. What a shame. Tendo Pain took a few deep breaths. He actually had one trick that he hadn't used yet, which was to summon the Gedo statue. However, with the power shown by the opponent, even if he summoned the Gedo statue, he might still lose. He still had a great cause to complete, and he couldn't just die here. He had to make the world feel the pain. Tendo Pain contacted Orochimaru through the unique contact method of the members of the Akatsuki organization. At this time, Orochimaru was doing an experiment and sensed Pain's call. What's up? Are you going on another mission? God. Orochimaru is already rushing here. He has always claimed to be a god, but today he truly felt what a true god is. Although Nagato's Rinnegan is also a very powerful cheat, two fists cannot beat four hands. A small cheater with only one cheat can't resist a super big cheater with a bunch of cheats. Orochimaru immediately rushed to Rain Shinobi Village. Okay, I'll be there right away. If you don't see it with your own eyes, it's really hard to imagine that the boy in front of you, who looks only 16 or 17 years old, is so terrifying. He's in Rain Shinobi Village now. Pain hesitated for a while, and still asked. During the time when he taught Uchiha Zanyan, he discovered that his disciple was a monster among monsters. A year and a half ago, his disciple suddenly disappeared, and the entire Uchiha clan disappeared out of thin air. Orochimaru's eyes glowed with passion when he heard this. Trouble. Uchiha Zanyan nodded and said. Unable to suppress his excitement, he said, where is he now? Advertisement. Any person who gets a powerful ability that is comparable to plugins, but collects all the plugins, naturally becomes a super plugin. His talent was so strong that it was outrageous. He could learn and master any ninjutsu he taught him almost immediately. Now his immortality technique is finally completed, and his disciple has come to his door. God is helping him. Others use one cheat, he uses a bunch of cheats. Pain looked at Uchiha Zanyan and said. Why? There is no reason, I just want to become stronger, and then I collect all the power that can make me stronger, and I have become like this without knowing it. So even if he rebelled against Konoha village, he always kept an eye on Uchiha Zanyan's movements. No, it's Uchiha Zanyan who claims to be your disciple who's looking for you. From that time on, he had always wanted to use Uchiha Zanyan as his vessel. Only such a talent could truly realize his wish. Why do you have such a strong power? Uchiha Zanyan said after thinking for a while. He has never thought about it. Maybe he is mainly familiar with the plot and knows what ninjutsu is comparable to plugins. He also spent a lot of energy looking for him, but he searched all over the world and couldn't find any trace of the Uchiha clan. Ask for flowers. He will not miss this opportunity again. He must take down his disciple's body. What? Only a true god can possess this powerful power. This was more genius than any genius he had ever seen, and more monstrous than any monster. Uchiha clan's Sharingan, 3rd Tsuchikage's light and heavy rock technique, 4th Raikage's lightning style chakra mode, 4th Hokage's flying thunder god technique, sage mode, 8 inner gates, devil's power, sun breathing, conqueror's haki, shock fruit power. Orochimaru set off immediately. He had already completed the immortality technique. In his opinion, his disciple, Uchiha Zanyan, was his most perfect vessel. That kind of power has exceeded everyone's limit of ninjas. 0. Advertisement. Chapter 265 I want to have a pet. Advertisement. At this time, a half-black and half-white figure secretly watched from a distance. That guy, so powerful. I have never seen such a huge Susanoo. The size of the Susanoo represents the strength and amount of this person's pupil power. This kid, his power is even stronger than his ancestor Indra. It's incredible. This person is Black Zetsu and White Zetsu. The person who spoke is Black Zetsu, and it is also the product of Otsutsuki Kagai's will created by himself before being sealed. He only dared to watch the battle from a distance at this moment. Uchiha Genten gave him a terrifying feeling. With this kind of power, Uchiha Madara in his prime may not be his opponent. Unless Uchiha Madara absorbs 10 tails and becomes 10 tails Jinchuriki, it is impossible for him to be the opponent of this young man. Is he the reincarnation of Indra's chakra? No, let alone the reincarnation of Indra. Even if the Sage of Six Paths is alive, it is still unclear whether he can be the opponent of this kid. Although the Sage of Six Paths has invincible power, the development of ninjutsu in that era was far less advanced than in this era. Also, that kid obviously used other powers besides ninjutsu. If this guy casts infinite Tsukuyomi. No, I can't take this risk. This guy is still too dangerous. I have completely deceived Uchiha Obito and Uchiha Madara. As long as the plan succeeds, my mother can be resurrected. As long as my mother is resurrected, she will deal with this guy. Since he knew that Orochimaru was rushing here, Uchiha Zanyan was not in a hurry. He took a few people to rest and wait in Rain Shinobi village. Advertisement. Zanyan, do you have anything to do with Orochimaru? Kakashi asked curiously. To be honest, he didn't have a good impression of Orochimaru. Although Orochimaru was calculated by the 3rd Hokage, he did human experiments after all. He also saw with his own eyes how cruel the laboratory left by Orochimaru was. Many children died and only one survived. Well, there is something that needs his help. Let me keep it a secret for now. You will know when he comes. Several people ate and drank in the restaurant of Rain Shinobi village. Kakashi and Guy were a little confused at this time. This is the enemy's village. They never thought that they would eat and drink in the enemy's village one day. It was like a dream. After several people ate and drank, Orochimaru also rushed to Rain Shinobi village. Teacher Orochimaru, long time no see, I miss you so much. Uchiha Zanyan greeted Orochimaru with a warm face when he saw Orochimaru. Orochimaru was also confused at this time. What was going on? Pain actually led Uchiha Zanyan swagger in Rain Shinobi village. It's been a long time since we last met. I heard that you disappeared for a year and a half. Where have you been during this time? He had indeed not seen Uchiha Zanyan for a long time. Ever since he was plotted against by the 3rd generation and forced to defect to Konoha village, he had never seen his disciple again. Well, he went to a very far place. There was no other way. The 3rd generation and Danzo always targeted me, so I could only take my people away. Teacher Sarutobi did plot against Wushwang, and Danzo was also insidious and cunning, but how could they plot against you? Others did not understand his disciple and were easily deceived by his honest words, but he knew Uchiha, his eldest disciple, best. As his eldest disciple, he could eat anything but not suffer losses. The third generation and Danzo thought that they had plotted against him, but in fact, he had plotted against the third generation and Danzo. His disciple would not disappear for no reason. There must be some benefit. Teacher Orochimaru, you praise me so much, I am embarrassed. Quote. Uchiha Zanyan showed an embarrassed expression. Was I praising you? I heard from Pain that you were looking for me, what's the matter? Well, here's the thing, Orochimaru teacher, I want you to use Impure World Reincarnation to revive the 4th Hokage. I know Orochimaru teacher must have kept the 4th Hokage's physical data. Quote. What? Advertisement. Kakashi and Orochimaru were both stunned when they heard Uchiha Zanyan's words. 013507014 Filu 182,542,010. Why? Nothing. I'm just a little bored now. I want to raise a pet to amuse myself, and it can also accompany me to relieve boredom. Quote. Kakashi and the others were a little confused about what Uchiha Zanyan said about raising a pet and what it had to do with the 4th Hokage. It was impossible for him to raise the 4th Hokage as a pet. They didn't understand, but Orochimaru understood it, and his pupils shrank slightly. You want Nine-Tails Demon Fox. When the Nine-Tails Demon Fox attacked Konoha, Orochimaru had not yet defected, or rather, Orochimaru had never wanted to defect, but was tricked by the 3rd Hokage. When the 4th Hokage and the Nine-Tails Demon Fox fought, Orochimaru hid aside and watched the battle secretly. Naturally, he saw the 4th Hokage seal the Nine-Tails Demon Fox, half of it in his own body, and half of it in the body of the child that the 4th Hokage had just spoken. At that time, he wanted to take the child away, but the 3rd Hokage showed up with people, so he didn't succeed. But he didn't care whether he succeeded or not. He was not particularly interested in the power of the tailed beasts. What he was really interested in was immortality. Nine-Tails Demon Fox. Several people looked at Uchiha Zanyan in surprise, especially Kakashi, who knew that Nine-Tails was sealed in Uzumaki Naruto's body, and wondered what it had to do with the 4th generation. Uchiha Zanyan explained. It's normal that you don't know. In the war 7 years ago, the 4th Hokage sealed half of Nine-Tails' chakra into his own body and the other half into Naruto's body. Naruto is Minato's disciple. As someone who has received the teacher's favor, he naturally cannot attack an innocent child for a pet, so he had to take it from Minato. Several people couldn't help but twitch their mouths when they heard this. That was Nine-Tails Demon Fox, the most powerful tailed beast, a monster that could easily destroy a city and a country. You actually said you wanted to keep it as a pet. Isn't it a bit too arrogant? Advertisement. Chapter 266 Orochimaru takes the hook. Advertisement. Orochimaru's eyes turned and he said, if I help you, what will I get? I remember that you are a person who likes fair trade very much. Even if it is half of the chakra of Nine-Tails, it is not comparable to other things. Orochimaru doesn't care about the tailed beasts. The tailed beasts just have some endless chakra. He already has more chakra than he can use. What's the use of the tailed beasts? Except for 8 tails and 9 tails, the power that other tailed beasts can provide him is limited. The strength of the tailed beasts is the terrible destructive power. Half of the ninja village may be destroyed by a tailed beast bomb. But he doesn't mind getting some benefits from Uchiha Zanyan. It would be best if he could get this guy's body. Huh, Teacher Orochimaru, you are my most respected teacher. You actually asked for compensation from your lovely disciple. This is really chilling. Uchiha Zanyan looked at Orochimaru with an expression of disbelief. The other people couldn't stand it anymore. Uchiha Zanyan, this B**************** D, is so strong, but his personality is still like this. Orochimaru didn't care at all. He knew that his student had a lot of treasures. He liked to collect and learn ninjutsu, and this problem was perfectly passed on to Uchiha Zanyan. The reason why Uchiha Zanyan was better than him was that he understood many things but couldn't learn them, just like many people could see it, but I couldn't. This was a serious limitation of his talent. But Uchiha Zanyan was different. This kid could see it and learn it. This was also the reason why Orochimaru wanted Uchiha Zanyan to be his container the most. Not only that, Uchiha Zanyan also had many special abilities, such as swordsmanship. Advertisement. He taught Uchiha Zanyan swordsmanship, but his level was not enough to teach a sword god. This kid hid a lot of things from him, he was just a little vixen. Forget it. Who told you to be my teacher? What the apprentice knows is also the master's. After the work is done, I will list some, and you can choose one, Orochimaru. HMPH. I don't believe you, but he doesn't believe in the hypocritical master-disciple relationship that Uchiha Zanyan said, but he believes in Uchiha Zanyan's words about choosing for him. Uchiha Zanyan inherited his fine tradition of keeping his word and being generous. Knowing that Uchiha Zanyan asked him to choose, he would definitely choose for him. Okay, but you know, Impure World Reincarnation, to resurrect a person, you need another person's life as a carrier. Not only that, if you want 9 tails, you have to almost completely revive the 4th Hokage, and the resurrected candidate needs at least cage-level vitality. You want to sacrifice. Orochimaru had a playful smile on his face, and his cold eyes fell on Shisui, Itachi, Kakashi, and Guy. Kakashi and Guy were facing a formidable enemy. This was Orochimaru, one of the legendary Sannin. He was many times stronger than these fledgling boys. Even if the two of them had acquired the breathing method, they could not be Orochimaru's opponent. Uchiha Itachi faced Orochimaru's wanton provocation with a blank expression and didn't care at all. Humph! Shisui snorted coldly, and a strong current appeared under his feet and rushed straight towards Orochimaru. What? Orochimaru was startled. He didn't expect the other party to release lightning in an instant. He didn't feel the chakra fluctuations from Shisui at all. It was too late to dodge at this time. Advertisement. Whoa! The electric current on the ground directly hit Orochimaru's body, and in an instant, the strong current directly electrocuted Orochimaru's body. Shisui. Open black lens bracket. 013507014 Feilu 182,542,110. Kakashi and Guy were a little confused. Didn't they say they were going to ask Orochimaru for help? Why did they just kill him? At this time, the burnt Orochimaru's mouth opened, and it got bigger and bigger. Then, a pair of hands suddenly appeared from inside and grabbed the corner of the huge mouth, and then another Orochimaru appeared from Orochimaru's mouth. This terrifying scene really scared Kakashi and Guy. This is not a question of courage, but some scenes are really too scary. Even Uchiha, who is well informed and has seen these 10 moves, still feels scared. It's like something that makes people feel disgusted. Will you like it after seeing it once? No, you will still feel disgusted. The more you see it, the more disgusted you will feel. Orochimaru crawled out from inside. The previous Orochimaru was like a snake that had shed a layer of skin, and the current Orochimaru was intact. Disgusting, but I have to admit that my teacher is really a genius. This move of escaping from the shell can perfectly heal my injuries. The disadvantage is that it consumes more chakra. It still needs some transformation. Because it is too disgusting, Orochimaru wants to teach Uchiha Zanyan, but Uchiha Zanyan never learns it. Although he was struck by lightning, Orochimaru looked at Shisui excitedly, and then rushed to Uchiha Zanyan. Yan asked, "What is that?" As the man who knows the most about ninjutsu in the history of the entire ninja world, he can be sure that what Uchiha Shisui just released is definitely not a ninjutsu. After being struck, he felt the power of lightning, but did not feel the chakra power of lightning attributes. This novel thing naturally aroused his strong interest. He has always liked to study ninjutsu, but he did not expect that there is such a powerful power outside of ninjutsu. For people like Orochimaru who like to study, this is simply a supreme treasure. He has been a little tired of developing ninjutsu over the years. His living corpse reincarnation ninjutsu has been completed. Now as long as there is Uchiha Zanyan as a container, it will be perfect. But he is not in a hurry. Although it is a bit difficult to get the body of his apprentice, it is completely possible to clone one of his technologies. Uchiha Zanyan's mouth curled up slightly, and the fish was hooked. That is the power of devil fruit, the strongest species Logia thunder fruit. Advertisement. Chapter 267. Resurrection of the Fourth Hokage. Advertisement. Devil fruit. Orochimaru was puzzled, but his eyes were still fiery. Well, it's a special fruit, similar to the legendary chakra fruit, but without the repeated and complex power of the chakra fruit. The ability of the devil fruit is very simple, and only one person can eat each ability. It is a treasure of nature. It is divided into 3 major systems, Logia, such as wind, fire, thunder, magma, ice, light, etc., zone, humans, snakes, cats, dogs, and some ancient species, Tyrannosaurus rex, saber-toothed tigers, etc., and the fantasy beast species is the most special. Some are big Buddhas, some are phoenixes, and they are all legendary creatures. There are also paramesha, which are some extraordinary powers. Some can use gravity, some can fly, and some can spit silk. There are too many types, I can't tell. Orochimaru's heart was extremely hot. If he could get these and study them hard, wouldn't he be able to take a completely different path from ninjutsu? Teacher, you need a sacrifice, right? It just so happens that there is a good sacrifice nearby. Uchiha Zanyan said, and his figure disappeared in an instant. Flying Thunder God Technique, a ninjutsu that Orochimaru longed for, but he could not learn it. Flying Thunder God Technique can only be used by the 4th Hokage and Uchiha Zanyan, except for the creator's 2nd Hokage. At this time, a white Zetsu was eavesdropping on the information from a distance. Is that how the devil fruit got its power? There are so many types, this is a super big information. If everyone can have that kind of powerful power by eating it, maybe the whole world will be changed. Although the shaking power displayed by Uchiha Zanyan is not invincible, it is definitely at the level of Cage. Think about it, a group of Cage level masters, except for monsters like Uchiha Madara and Uchiha Zanyan, how many people can compete with it? This is terrible, we must tell this information to the group led by that guy. White Zetsu didn't notice that a hand appeared silently behind his head. Whoosh. When White Zetsu noticed the abnormality, he had already appeared in a room, surrounded by familiar faces. Uchiha Zanyan, Uchiha Shisui, Uchiha Itachi, Kakashi, Guy, and Orochimaru. Damn it, he immediately realized that he was discovered and was caught in front of the enemy silently. Advertisement. And there is only one person who can have such strength, that is Uchiha Zanyan. Damn it, how did you find me? White Zetsu looked at Uchiha Zanyan and asked, he can completely blend into the environment, others can't observe his chakra fluctuations at all. Uchiha Zanyan's mouth curled up slightly. I want to ask you, why do you think I can't find you? White Zetsu's face was gloomy. Uchiha Zanyan was different from others. He was completely beyond his prediction. Whatever this guy did was not surprising. Shisui said. Brother Zan Yan, there are still 8. Don't we need to deal with them all? Since eating thunder fruit, Uchiha Shisui's observation haki can be said to have been greatly enhanced. As long as he concentrates, nothing around him can escape his detection. In short, everyone's body will emit weak electromagnetic waves, and Uchiha Shisui can easily sense these electromagnetic waves. No, one is enough. White Zetsu was surprised that Uchiha Shisui actually knew that he had several more. He had also heard about Uchiha Shisui's ability. If it weren't for Uchiha Zan Yan's amazing talent, Uchiha Shisui's reputation would definitely be much greater than it is now. According to Obito, Uchiha Shisui's talent is comparable to that of the 4th Hokage. Orochimaru, the sacrifice is ready, and the response is about to begin. Haha, I'm really looking forward to what kind of surprises you can give me. Orochimaru pressed his palm on the ground. Advertisement. A large number of black spells were released from his palm, forming a special formation on the ground. Ah, is this, Impure World Reincarnation? Hey, Teacher Minato. Long time no see. Namikaze Minato looked up at Uchiha Zan Yan and quickly recognized him. Zan Yan. Have you grown so big? What's going on? I asked Teacher Orochimaru to revive you. Minato then noticed that Orochimaru was also beside him. Mr. Orochimaru. And you are, Kakashi. Minato, it's been a long time since we last met. Teacher Minato. Kakashi suppressed his excitement. He was the only one left alive in Teacher Minato's team. This made Kakashi depressed for a long time. If it weren't for his 2 friends, Uchiha Zan Yan and Guy, it would have been difficult for him to get out of that haze. Guy. You and Zan Yan have grown up, so that incident has been a long time ago, right? Kakashi nodded and said. Yes, that incident Nodeshao has been over for 7 years. Minato teacher, what happened at that time? At that time, Nine Tails suddenly appeared and his teacher died in battle. He has been investigating the truth of that incident for many years, but he has found nothing. Well, it was a mysterious man wearing a mask. He took advantage of Kushina's delivery and used time-space ninjutsu to break in, took Kushina away, and released Nine Tails. I don't know who he is, but through the mask, I saw his Sharingan, and he was able to control Nine Tails with that level of Sharingan illusion. He is definitely not an ordinary member of the Uchiha clan. Kakashi and Guy couldn't help but turn their eyes to Uchiha Yan when they heard this. At that time, the Uchiha clan seemed to think that only Uchiha Zan Yan had this ability. What are you looking at me for? I want to destroy and don't need Nine Tails. Advertisement. Chapter 268. Treatment of Heroes. Advertisement. 4th Hokage also shook his head and said, it's not Zan Yan. Zan Yan would not do such a thing, and I have fought with that person. His strength is not a little bit worse than Zan Yan. 4th Hokage and Uchiha Zan Yan have sparred before. Facing Uchiha Zan Yan's offensive, 4th Hokage can avoid the battle, let alone a head-on battle. At this time, Orochimaru asked, wearing a mask, is it a mask with one eye exposed? Yes. Does Mr. Orochimaru know who he is? 4th Hokage hurriedly asked Orochimaru. Orochimaru nodded and smiled. Almost. I don't know the specific identity, but I know that his name is Afei and he can be said to be the actual leader of the Akatsuki organization. Akatsuki organization. Isn't that here? A guy shouted in surprise. This is the headquarters of the Akatsuki organization. 4th Hokage was stunned for a moment. He didn't expect that the person who killed him and his wife was here. His eyes immediately changed, and he asked Orochimaru fiercely, where is he? Killing himself is fine, but so many people died in the village, and the most important thing is his wife Kushina. Even the kind-hearted 4th Hokage can't forgive this hatred. Although it happened 7 years ago, it was just a moment ago for him. Orochimaru spread his hands and said, I don't know about that. If you turn this place upside down, that guy might show up. Advertisement. In fact, you can also ask Uchiha Zan Yan to find Pain and ask Pain to call that guy. Maybe there is a chance that he will show up. Zan Yan, where is that person named Pain? Although I don't know what happened to that person, it is very likely that he is from your Uchiha clan, but that guy is very dangerous to Konoha village. He must be eliminated to ensure the safety of Konoha village. Uchiha Zan Yan shook his head helplessly when he heard the 4th Hokage's words. How can I say that the 4th Hokage is the man who truly inherited the will of fire of the 1st Hokage? He devoted his whole life to Konoha village. He was a perfect ninja in the village and a responsible husband at home. It can be said that 4th Hokage was the most perfect male protagonist in the entire Hokage ninja anime. But it was because he was too perfect that he died so early. Sorry, Teacher Minato. Our Uchiha clan and the Konoha village high-level officials broke up. Since the Nine Tails incident, the Konoha high-level officials thought that the Uchiha clan was behind it, and many people suspected me. Konoha village has carried out ultimate exclusion and suppression of our Uchiha clan, and instigated the villagers to slander our Uchiha clan. It has made it difficult for our Uchiha clan to move in Konoha village. Even when buying vegetables, many villagers would rather throw away the vegetables than sell them to our Tekia clan. There are countless insulting words on weekdays, which makes many people in our Uchiha clan unbearable and plan to launch a coup. Because you have done me a favor, I also promised you not to be an enemy of Konoha, so I took all the clan members away. How could this happen? The 4th Hokage was shocked. I can go to the 3rd Hokage to explain. Advertisement. Uchiha Zanyan raised his hand to stop the fourth Hokage from continuing, but raised the corner of his mouth and said sarcastically, "Doesn't the third Hokage know? He knows best that the person who controls nine tails is not mine. Don't the Konoha high-level officials know? If they don't know, they don't deserve to sit in that position." Quote. But they let the ignorant villagers insult and abuse the Uchiha clan, and even secretly add fuel to the flames. If I didn't have some feelings for Konoha village and I had promised you, Teacher Minato, I might not be able to help but destroy Konoha. Quote. Namikaze Minato was shocked. Third-generation master. How could he allow such a thing to happen? Orochimaru chuckled. Minato, Teacher Sarutobi is never the kind and merciful man you imagine. No one who can become Hokage is simple, especially the third Hokage, who is the man who developed Konoha village into the most prosperous era. He has been able to firmly occupy the position of Hokage over the years. His methods are not comparable to any Hokage in history. Although he was calculated by the third-generation teacher and was forced to defect to Konoha, he admired the methods of the third-generation teacher. Only such a ruthless man can keep Konoha strong. Mr. Orochimaru, you even said that, Minato, you and Kushina didn't have to die. With my ability, I could easily suppress nine tails, but the third generation wouldn't let me, so I couldn't do anything. In other words, the one who killed you might not be your enemy, but your most trusted elder. Besides the first time, do you want to know what kind of life your son is living now? Naruto. What happened to Naruto? Is he okay now? Namikaze Minato just remembered that his child, after all these years, is he still alive? How is his life? Good or not, you can see for yourself. Quote. Uchiha Zanyan said as he activated Sharingan and launched an illusion. Minato seemed to appear in the environment where Uzumaki Naruto grew up. From being abused by the nanny when he was young and drinking expired milk, to being treated differently by the villagers when he grew up, living a lonely life, the happiest thing was to come to Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan was the only one in the village who didn't treat him differently, and was very kind to him, even celebrating his birthday, buying him delicious food, and helping Naruto in life. Uchiha Zanyan's actions were in stark contrast to the actions of the third Hokage. Whether it was the fourth Hokage, Kushina, or Uzumaki Naruto, their family was obviously the hero who saved Konoha village, but their children were treated like this. Namikaze Minato felt heartbroken. Even if he thought that the third Hokage was thinking about Uzumaki Naruto's safety, it was still too cruel to treat such a young child. Advertisement. Chapter 269 Father and Son Meet. Advertisement. This is the life of your son Uzumaki Naruto. I don't know how he is doing recently. I haven't been back to Konoha village for a year and a half. I saw him 2 days ago and he is already attending ninja school. As for the situation, it seems that there is no improvement. Namikaze Minato couldn't help but feel ashamed when he heard this. He originally planned to leave a strong fighting force for Konoha village. After all, every ninja village must have a fighting force like the tailed beasts to deter, so that the war will not be too excessive. Just like in modern wars, you can fight but you must not use nuclear weapons. A country with nuclear weapons and without nuclear weapons is completely different. So he didn't drag Nine Tails to die with him at that time. After all, with his strength, it would be no problem to drag Nine Tails to die with him. Zan, what do I plan to do after you resurrect me? Well, the main reason is that after leaving Konoha village, my students have made some achievements. Now I have a big family and a big business. I need to raise a small pet to guard the house. I don't like other tailed beasts. I can only look down on Nine Tails. Quote. But half of it is on Naruto. Naruto is the teacher's child. I can't bear to persecute a child for a small pet. So I can only work on Minato. Anyway, Minato is taken away, and I am taken away. Minato is useless if he is taken away. I can still be useful if I take him away. That's why Orochimaru resurrected Minato. Namikaze Minato nodded when he heard Uchiha Zanyan's words. No problem, but I use the Shiki sealing, which is a unique sealing technique of the Whirlpool country. If you want to remove the curse, you need a unique Shinigami mask, so you don't need to go back to Konoha village. As that's so, Kakashi, Guy, take out all the money you have. Uchiha Zanyan came to Kakashi and Guy and said. Kakashi and Guy didn't quite understand what Uchiha Zanyan was going to do, but they still gave all the money to Zanyan. Hey, how can you be so shameless with just this little bit? Have you worked hard? Kakashi and Guy were embarrassed. Kakashi said. I spend a lot on weekdays. Spending a lot, you spend it all on buying P***and books. Guy said. I spend it all on buying medicinal herbs. Advertisement. Forget it, Orochimaru teacher, take out all the money you have, and I'll borrow it from you. I'll give it to you 10 times later. Ha, Orochimaru opened his mouth and took out a box from his mouth. This scene, so sour. Then Orochimaru opened the box, which was filled with the largest amount of banknotes, which should be 100 million taels. $7. $73 pound. Kakashi and Guy were a little dumbfounded. Shisui, Itachi and Uchiha Zanyan were not surprised by this little money. Teacher Minato, you are a good Hokage, a good teacher, and a good husband, but definitely not a good father. Orochimaru also took in the looks of Uchiha Shisui and Uchiha Itachi, and saw that the two were indifferent to 100 million taels, and he couldn't help but wonder how big the family and business that Uchiha Zanyan said was. Suddenly, a gentle voice sounded. Naruto-chan. After the fourth Hokage said this, he used the Flying Thunder God technique to disappear in an instant. At this time, it was time to go home after school. Many people were taken home by their parents for dinner. Naruto was very envious every time he saw this scene, but he didn't even know who his parents were. Okay, you are already a grown-up, go now. Crying. After all, I am a father. Even if I die, I have to leave some inheritance to my children. I left in a hurry at the beginning. When I came back, I found that the entire Uchiha clan was looted. The child is growing up. I can't let him not even have a full meal. Uchiha Zanyan gave all the money to the fourth Hokage Namikaze Minato. As expected of Mr. Orochimaru, he is always so skillful. The two were the ones who really saw the gold mountain, the gold of the golden country, the 2.5 billion given to Uchiha Zanyan by the world government, and the fees that the Seven Water City paid to Uchiha Security Company every year. Every time at this time, he would hide in a corner alone, and wait until everyone left before he left and returned to the cold room. Namikaze Minato couldn't stop the tears from his eyes. Advertisement. There is no possibility of reconciliation between our Uchiha clan and the Konoha high-level officials, so you don't have to waste your efforts. Zanyan. Thank you very much. Quote. Now he is a dead man, and he is not the fourth Hokage of Konoha village. In this case, he is not a Hokage, and he should do some fatherly things for Naruto. You can spend more time with Naruto when you go back this time. I don't know when you will be summoned again. Uchiha Zanyan's brother also disappeared, and the one who was the same age as him, called Uchiha Sasuke, although sometimes annoying, he was still his first friend of the same age. The cash flow on the books of Uchiha Security Company was much more than this. Uchiha Shisui and Uchiha Itachi's annual salary was more than this. I miss them so much. Not to mention anything else, even Itachi's bounty was more than this. No need. And don't overestimate your influence. You are just a spokesperson pushed out by the third Hokage. Although you are doing the work of the Hokage, when it comes to major events, the four old guys always make the decisions. Although the fourth Hokage is kind-hearted, he is not a fool. When he was the Hokage, he knew that the third Hokage was the emperor, but as a Hokage, he also had certain powers. Orochimaru smiled and said, my daily research is very expensive, and I have not saved anything. This is the research funding that was just issued recently, and I haven't had time to use it yet. Ninja Academy. Orochimaru said to Uchiha Zanyan. Zanyan, I have helped you revive the fourth Hokage and gave you some funds, so you should also fulfill the benefits you promised me. Shisui and Itachi were a little confused. Is this still the famous fourth Hokage? He actually cried like this. Who dares to believe it if they tell others in the ninja world? I will be back soon. Zanyan, I will definitely make the Konoha high-level officials change when I go back this time. Of course, keeping my word is my best virtue, so let me tell you about the reward I will give. Quote. Konoha Village. Advertisement. Chapter 270. Father and Son Conversation. Advertisement. Uzumaki Naruto turned around and looked back, and saw a sunny and handsome man standing not far behind him. He looked very familiar, but he couldn't remember where he was. However, he felt that the other person's eyes did not have the disgust that other adults looked at him, but were very gentle, which made him feel very comfortable. Big brother, who are you? How do you know my name? Quote. Quote. The fourth Hokage felt choked up, and after reading Naruto's experience, he didn't have the courage to reveal his identity. However, he was finally resurrected, so he would not miss this opportunity. Because I gave you your name, you are my son. JL7. Yes, that's right, you are, 103, my son, Naruto. The tears in Naruto's eyes immediately flowed out, and he looked at the fourth Hokage in disbelief. You really are. This is not the place to talk. The fourth Hokage said, and Uzumaki Naruto instantly appeared in an abandoned house on the edge of Konoha village. This was the original home of the fourth Hokage. Where is this? This is my home, and it's also your home, but it's completely abandoned now. Dad, who is my mom? Why haven't you come to see me for so many years? Why did you abandon me? Fourth Hokage shook his head and said, no, how could we abandon you? We have our own difficulties. What difficulties are more important than my own children? Do you know how I have been living alone all these years? Fourth Hokage nodded and said ashamedly, I know, I'm sorry. Sorry. If sorry is useful, what do we need the police for? And did you do something bad? Why do all the adults in the village look at me with disgust, and never let their children play with me? Have you betrayed the village? Uzumaki Naruto looked at Namikaze Minato with suspicion. How could it be? Advertisement. Namikaze Minato was amused by Naruto's guess. What's going on? Namikaze Minato turned around and revealed the 5 big words on the back of his clothes. Open hollow corner bracket fourth Hokage close hollow corner bracket. Uzumaki Naruto was a little confused when he saw the 5 big words on his back. Open hollow corner bracket fourth Hokage close hollow corner bracket. Suddenly, Uzumaki Naruto remembered why this person looked so familiar. Isn't this guy the fourth Hokage of Hokage? He usually admires 2 people the most. One is brother Uchiha Zanyan. The whole ninja world spreads the name of brother Uchiha Zanyan. The other is the fourth Hokage. Naruto widened his eyes in disbelief. He is the son of the fourth Hokage. Wait, fourth Hokage. Didn't fourth Hokage sacrifice himself to protect the village when Nine Tails attacked the village? Could it be that? Yes, I'm dead. A ghost. The question that has troubled Uzumaki Naruto for so long was also answered by Namikaze Minato. What a short-sighted group of guys. With Zanyan's power, if they want to destroy Konoha village, why do they need to borrow the power of Nine Tails? Quote. Namikaze Minato began to tell Uzumaki Naruto about his death. Uzumaki Naruto was so scared that he wanted to run away immediately, but Minato grabbed his collar and lifted him up. The fourth Hokage was honest, but honesty did not mean stupidity. How could a fool learn the Flying Thunder God technique? Brother Zanyan. Where is Brother Zanyan? And where is Uchiha Sasuke? Then why did he and Kushina what is the sacrifice of Konoha village? They are political victims. Uzumaki Naruto's eyes lit up immediately when he heard Minato's words, and he asked quickly. Compared with this father who suddenly appeared, Uzumaki Naruto's feelings for Uchiha Zanyan were more real. Advertisement. It was because the Konoha high-level officials did not allow it. They were already very afraid of Zanyan's power. If Zanyan controlled the power of Nine Tails, the Konoha high-level officials were afraid that they would be even more unable to compete. Sharingan. Could it be resurrected? Who resurrected you? In addition to Uchiha Zanyan, he also missed that annoying friend. After all, he was the only peer who was willing to play with him. And the attitude of the adults in Konoha village towards Naruto made him, as a father, furious. Some problems can be easily figured out by inferring the cause from the result. On the one hand, they are afraid that Zanyan will gain the power of Nine Tails, and on the other hand, they are also afraid that Zanyan will become the hero of Konoha village and that the Uchiha clan will threaten their dominance in Konoha village. Quote. It turned out that it was the Konoha high-level officials who did it. The third Hokage who had been teaching him the will of fire was actually such a person. Especially when he returned to Konoha and saw the place where his child lived, the pitiful relief money and the half-expired milk in the refrigerator all revealed the financial difficulties of his child's life. The fourth Hokage had a very bad impression of the Konoha high-level officials at this time. The Konoha high-level officials are so abominable. Everything presented in Zanyan's illusion was real. His child was living in such pain. Was that how the Konoha high-level officials treated his child? I'm not a ghost, but I'm not a living person either. I was resurrected, but not completely. That person is from the Uchiha clan, but he should not be from the Uchiha clan in Konoha. If he was in Konoha, he would definitely be discovered by Uchiha General. Why? I am the son of the fourth Hokage, but I am hated by the people of the village. Uzumaki Naruto began to feel disgust towards the high-level officials of Konoha village at a young age. It was those high-level officials who caused him to lose his parents' love and left him alone. They were the culprits of all these tragedies. It's not convenient for Zanyan to come here. Sorry, Naruto, you have to bear too much grievance alone. Quote. At that time, he was still a little confused. Why did Zanyan not deal with the Nine-Tails demon fox in the village? With Zanyan's Sharingan attainments, he could easily control the Nine-Tails demon fox to make trouble. Why didn't Zanyan go to save my father? Zanyan had someone resurrect me. Quote. It's all my fault. Advertisement.